with that, and I believe,
That's a cocktail.
yeah,
Those are fun spells. I like alarm. It's really useful sometimes.
sleep's also really good because sleep is just
Yeah.
you guys, poof,
The sleep is great for like the first 4 levels, and then it
and
kind of
then
sucks.
and then
Yeah.
you switch it out because there's no point at that point.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely try and copy those spells if I can.
But well, it's actually if you have to have if you need other spells, you kind of trade it out. But you always just if you have the room, you keep it with you just in case you get swarmed by a lot of little things. Then it's really nice.
Usually not too necessary, though.
Yeah, usually.
Okay.
But yeah, we had to deal with sorcerer. We had to deal with Cobalt Sorcerer and freaking Twang. Oh my gosh! If I had to say an MVP for that round was Twang, he just caused so much confusion in that second battle. That was hilarious.
Okay, let me put these guys in here and put them in the. Okay, so a few things from last week because it's been about a month since your encounter with the kobolds. It's been a while. So a few things happen. One is that you do get your first month's pay, so the remainder of that is 25 gold pieces. So you each have a little bag with your name on it with 25 gold pieces in it.
Cool.
Do we want to put that in party funds or just for ourselves?
If it's already split out, it makes sense to just keep it.
Yeah. It, adventuring funds go into party fund, but personal payment goes to personal.
That
Yeah.
works.
Oh, I'm also working on a predator repellent or monster repellent or whatever. Please.
Oh, repellent. I thought you said poem for a second, and I was like, monster poem? Okay.
No, repellent.
Yes.
That's the bard shtick.
Liam knows that, but
We
Yes.
should totally make a monster poem. That's a great idea.
I'll work on it. I'm the bard. That should be my area.
Absolutely. No, my area is just hitting things with sharp things, so I'm covered.
my area is keeping my area right now is literally just keeping people alive. Mostly the bard and Kajet. Us, I have healing ground now, which is great.
You did get that. Oh, thank goodness.
That's gonna be good for you guys.
Yay, I can use other spells other than heal word and cure wound.
Well, also, here's the thing. The healing drought only works on you once for that day. So it's more of a, oh crap, he's down, shove it in his mouth to
Right.
make sure he's back up. And it's not a, I can just heal people whenever. I believe it takes a minute for it to refresh. I think. So
Yeah.
it's, don't just go willy-nilly throwing yourself in things just because I can heal you now.
I've also got 4 scrolls of cure wounds that I made, so I've got a little bit of a buffer.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so let's see. Willie has been corresponding back and forth with the Mages College of Six Stones because Mira had this coin that she wanted to know about. It's pretty strange.
That's an alien.
Like,
That's an alien.
as far as everyone's heard of, or as far as pretty much everyone knows, like, nobody's ever seen a coin like that before. No one's seen that kind of imagery before. No, definitely no one knows what that language is. You know, that's weird. But
Oh, that is really creepy looking. Looks like an alien.
The X-Files?
Yeah, that totally looks like the aliens from like, oh god, from that new Indiana Jones Crystal Skull movie. God,
I feel like
wasn't that horrible?
that movie was that movie's like how old is that? That's not like new. That's like years.
Yeah, I know, but they just look like the aliens from that. The shape of them. They don't really look like a standard gray.
Yeah.
Alright, well, what did I learn?
So-
I learned
you learned two things about it. One, you learned that there has actually been a report of a similar cache of coins before. Way back, a long time ago, back when Six Stones and Even Tree were at war. Some soldiers got lost, and they found, a ruin. They went inside, they explored it, they found a whole bunch of stuff inside. They were like, okay, we're going to come back here when we have the time and the energy, but right now we got to get back home or else we're going to die. So they tried to go back home and die, and they never found the location again. So you only have a very general location of where it was. Um,
It's in
and
this
it's
that region's the size of Russia.
yes, pretty much. Um, but oh, so they do think, just from like where it was described and the other things that were described in the ruins, it seems to have some connection to the ancient high elves from before the horrible event. Um, so it's really old. They know it's super super old, and the one time anyone found them, they basically just drew a picture of it and came home. They may have put some in their pockets, but if so, nobody has ever seen one.
Alright, well, this is a conversation for me and Mira to have.
And Jet had an exciting time. So you should all be on the Crystal City map now. It's growing quickly. New teams are arriving by teleporting every day, so people have been putting up buildings. The druids and a few others are still camped out in tents. Most importantly, the barracks are up. That's the building kind of down there in the southwest. That's where you all are staying. And that is the building where you woke up one morning to find Jet's broken and bloodied body. Yeah, so Jet had been out one night. He was approached by four very burly men, which proceeded to beat him into a paste. As he was losing consciousness, the last thing he heard was one of them saying, "Next time, it's gonna hurt." And when he woke up, he had a square of green silk tucked into one of his pockets. But he was surprised to wake up, because with those kind of injuries, the whole waking up thing was iffy. So it's been a few days since that's happened. He's recovering. The priest has been seeing to him. The healer's been seeing to him. And
I'll go to him and poke him in his arm and ask him if it still hurts.
Nothing I haven't felt before.
You still haven't told me what you did to piss those fellas off. You shouldn't do that to people. People don't like it when you piss them off.
it's true. They get grouchy.
Could you also say that I had casted Find Familiar sometime in this process?
Oh gosh, you've only had 30 days. I don't know if you could find it.
Yeah.
Yes, of course you can.
Okay. And then alright, do we have enough money to have copied down those spells? Because 100 GP, right?
Yeah, we already took that out. We already took it out.
Oh, we already did. No, did we?
Yeah.
No, you took out the money for the research. I don't think you took it out for the
Not for the
spells.
counter
Yeah.
spells.
Yeah.
It was 100 per level, correct?
Oh gosh, I don't even know.
That's what I'm trying to look up. I'm trying to find it.
Let's see if it's in here. Of course it's not. That's one of those rules that is never where I think it is.
Yeah, exactly. I don't normally play with you, so it's just like, where is it?
Yeah. Let's see. Your spellbook. Copying a spell in the book. Copying, blah, blah, blah. Oh, each level is 2 hours and 50 gold pieces.
Okay. So, alarm would be half of that because it's accurate. So,
Yep.
25, 125.
No.
25 gold?
125.
Being a wizard is expensive.
Yes.
Take that out of party fund, so we'd be at 330 gold? Yeah. Right? That's not wrong, right? Oh,
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
Well, it's. You said you said it's 225. You said 225, right?
125.
125.
Oh, then it's 430.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, it's 555 minus 125. Yeah, I'm right. Somebody can take the money out of it.
Yeah, I'll give this a call.
Okay.
So Euros has been working on his monster repellent. People have kind of learned to keep their distance, but so far, other than repelling your neighbors in Crystal City, you haven't had too many successes yet.
Sorry.
Let's see.
He
So
might actually consider that a bonus just by itself.
Valerian, what have you been up to for the last month?
I have not a clue.
Valerian came down with a little bout of sleeping sickness.
And when he woke up, he was a changed man.
Yeah, he's very different now. Let's see.
Meaning he
Does
is
this work
more
on character
echoey.
tokens? There we go.
Oh, whoa.
He's all spooky now.
Weird. Yoros does not notice this. He seems to just be blind to anything that changes.
This is like, hey Valerian, how's it going?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Just completely ignoring the new total body makeover. Just like,
Tora was also suffering from some traveling illnesses the last time we played. So, what's she been up to for the last month?
And then apparently puking her guts out a lot. Mostly a whole lot of whittling and singing off tune. Is there a market around? Can she sell her wares?
Usually no, because the town is pretty underpopulated at the moment. But today there's a festival. And there's a bunch of people who have come to Crystal City to come and celebrate the founding of the town, and to also celebrate today, which is Found Day. Not having to do with the founding of the city. It's a day that celebrates the returning of children after they were lured out of the safety of the town hundreds of years ago. The way that people celebrate it is a bunch of people put on leopard masks, and then children get to hit them with sticks and drive them away. They do that for the morning, and then the afternoon there's a bunch of dancing and drinking and singing and typical festival-y things. There's usually a huge market. Right now there's a little tiny market, because this is a little tiny town so far, but there's a few people have set up a few game tents. They're having some lizard races. Some people have caught some geckos out in the desert, and they've brought them in to race them. It's starting to feel like a little bit of a town.
so can I work on some like glow potions that make people glow when they drink them?
Yeah.
In preparation for this, of course.
Oh, so you're gonna sell those?
That
Yes.
works. Tora actually whittles children's toys, so out of wood. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good day for it.
Oh. How much would it cost to get that chainmail repaired? It was
Whatever half the price of chainmail in the PHB is.
half the price of chainmail.
I actually have chainmail, so if there's anybody else that wants some,
I can take it. Or no, it's human. Fat. Or dwarf. I can't
Well-
wear it.
you can get it sized.
Yeah, but that costs money.
Also, the other thing we were gonna do was
And
didn't we find a really a shield? We were gonna paint it like bright
Yes!
Oh, that
Yes.
would be awesome.
For Tora, yeah. Oh shit. What did we find? We found...
yellow. It's all in the facts and whatnot.
Yeah, covered in, a small and crate. Leather sack. Oh, yeah, dwarven boot. Oh, we already sold those. Cause I calculated everything down.
I think it was there were yellow stones.
Oh yeah, there were some yellow gems.
Oh yeah, there were some yellow gems. How much money were those? Those were in the coffer.
Valerian would like to go sell his 2 daggers and purchase 2 short swords.
So, are people okay with giving Tora a... This is technically still in party funds. Are we okay with giving Tora a golden
Yeah.
gem that's worth 50 gold, just so she's happy?
Of course.
Good one.
I wonder if I can get that set into my shield. That would be cool.
We probably could. So I'm taking the money out of the pot now, because it's 50 gold. So, yes, Tora now has golden something. I'm putting it in the chat.
Is there a blacksmith or a weapon shop around?
Well, normally there would not be, but today there is a blacksmith. Bali is visiting from Six Stones, and he is selling stuff, taking orders, refreshing people's gear and all that kind of stuff. So today you can do any trading of weapons. You can ask him if he can set a stone into your shield. He can help you with all those things.
So I want to sell my 2 daggers and purchase 2 short swords.
Yep. He will buy your daggers for half the PHB price, and he will sell you short swords for the full PHB price. Because Bali, he's no dummy.
Profit.
Yep. So yeah, Bali, the dwarf, blacksmith. That's the word. He is visiting you. He's got a little tent set up today, and people are buying plows and things like that. They've got some farming implements that they needed and things like that. So they're picking up orders, and it's pretty crowded.
Eurus is just sitting down, literally in the middle of the street, just working on potion.
Some kids basically.
Everybody out. You can be poking him, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
I'll pick up your ass and his equipment and just put him on a table or something.
Yeah. You managed to
Stepped on, you know that.
pick him up right as a couple of kids chasing a guy in a leopard mask come running through that part of the town, or running through that street.
I just kind of give him a look.
I'm working, please. I'm working.
Yeah, you would have been knocked over. You would have been upset. I'm negating that process.
Yeah, thanks. He's just focused. He's just kind of auto-responding to what you're saying.
Just shake my head and put him on like a chair or something.
You can pull him out of the way. It's under a little bit of shade. There's not a lot of trees and stuff. It's actually not too bad of an area. It's near a river. It's near a little waterfall and cave complex and that kind of thing. So it's not the worst place you've ever been in. But crops are looking a little dry. It's been pretty safe as far as your guarding job. Speaking of which, your first month's employment is done. You can decide if you want to sign on for another month or if you want to, say thanks, bye. They pay the contracts monthly, so it's up to you if you want to continue in your current job or set off on your own.
Alright, you can see what, are there any other jobs in the town besides guarding the caravan?
This town, not so much. You could go back to Six Stones and, people have things that you can ask about. It's not a hard process to go back, because one thing that's happening right now is that your wizard buddy comes out, there's a invisible, some kind of invisible creature that beats a drum and bangs like cymbals together and all this kind of thing. So everybody notices when he walks over to where the teleportation circle goes, and he casts teleportation circle once a day. And when he does that, he will also take people through and bring them back if necessary. So once it's pretty easy to get back to town, back and forth to town if you need to do that.
So actually, I can't use the chainmail because it's a 13 strength. I only have 9, so no, I can't. Also, I have the same AC either way, so there's not a reason for me to use it.
Just to make you slow and clanky. You can also, if you don't want to repair it.
I'm already slow and clanky. We don't need 2.
And I kind of don't want to. Eurus doesn't want to, sink to the bottom of the ocean, or sink to the bottom of water or anything. He prefers to float.
You can also, if you want to, Bali will buy it from you for a quarter of the PHB price if you want to offload it.
7.75. Now you're thinking to me.
Alright, well, while you're doing that,
How much is the PHB price?
75. So it'd be 18.75 gold. So 18 gold and 9 or 8 silver. Probably 8 silver.
Yeah. He's pretty meticulous. He will give you change in copper pieces. Um, You know,
Really?
he's a
Yeah,
pretty,
he's
you know,
a-
he's
he's
an
like
honest
that.
guy. Yeah, he'll count out the coppers. You know, he'll think about cutting one in half and be like, nah. But at that point, he'll round down. But he will give you coppers.
So then it would be this would be oh gosh, it's 18 gold, 8 silver, and 8 copper. If you sell it to him. Are we selling it to him? Okay.
But we
So-
have no other use for it, so unless it's yellow. Is it yellow?
No, it's not yellow.
No.
Okay then.
It's
So-
just silvery.
So shall I add it to the party fund since it was a party item?
Sure.
Yeah.
Delete
I'll
it off
put
your
on it.
pile of stuff. Yeah, he kind of pokes his finger through the holes in it and been like, "Yep, this has seen some action. Yeah, yep, sure has. All right, here you go." And pays you a little bag of gold and silver and copper. Counts them out.
I just put it in the party fund, so don't worry about it.
Alright, well, Big Willie will go over to Mira and just kind of flip the coin in her coin in the direction. Oh, well, that coin of yours there is very interesting. I had to go digging for that information. But from what I gather, he was very, very old. Like, real old. Like, older than
Like older than my grandma old?
how old your grandma.
Pretty old.
Older than that.
Older than city old? Euros just says absentmindedly.
Older than probably even is it Evermore?
Even tree.
Even probably even older than the Even Tree.
Euros stops for a
That's
second.
really old.
Yeah.
Euros stops, looks at Big Willie. Really? Older than those snooty elves?
Well, to put it this way, the only other large cache of these kinds of coins were found in the wars between Sixstone and Even Tree a long time ago. Even then, they couldn't find the ruins, but they found them there. So here's my question to you, Garrett. Where did you get that?
I found it. And it's a really good story. Do you want to hear a story?
I
Euros stops.
would like to hear it.
I like stories. Please, yes, tell a story.
I'm gonna turn her down real quick.
Sorry.
I was just not expecting that.
Euros stops. Euros stops, stands up, looks at you and goes, "Let's hear this."
Okay. So, I was born on one of the earlier settlements called Verdant Expanse, which was about as green as this place has crystals.
Okay.
And I really liked to sneak out of the settlement when Mother wasn't looking, when she was doing her baking. I'd go exploring. I'd take a stick and pretend it was my sword, and I'd go out exploring beyond the perimeter. And one day, I found a tiny little cave in between two rocks, and I squeezed into it. And you know what I saw there in that cave?
More rocks.
Those coins.
A skeleton.
Ooh.
Big, evil grin on its white face. Nothing else. It scared me. I jumped, I tripped, I fell back.
Well,
and
technically a skeleton can't smile. It's just its jawline.
yes, but you know what I mean. It's
Don't ruin this story.
alliteration.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, I was only 10 years old. It scared me, so I ran. I ran out, and when I got out, in my hand, I had a bunch of dirt in my hand where I grabbed to catch onto the rock, and I opened my hand, and there was this coin.
Question.
This place you grew up in, where is it exactly?
No. Question. Mira,
Yeah.
were you lost?
Was I lost? No. No, I didn't get lost. I knew where I was. At least I knew the direction of the settlement, based on where the sun was and all.
But you didn't know the place you were.
Oh no, it was a new place. See, I'd go out in a different direction every day, so that way I could see everything all the way around.
And
Makes
did
sense.
you try and find these places again?
No, I never did. I mean, I was 10. Skeletons are scary when you're 10. Besides,
Skeletons
I
are
still
scary now.
I still had over half the perimeter to explore, so I just never bothered going back. And plus, I was a bit scared to go back in case my parents found out. They wouldn't be too happy knowing that I was going out by myself.
Willie, the people, whatever you're talking about, where did that information come from? Who found that information that you heard of from the war?
Hang
Big
on.
Willie?
I will tell Big Willie, and then he can tell you. It was Nelothel. She is an elf that works at the mage. Well, she is a sage who specializes in pre-war history,
Okay.
and she's the one that collected it.
When they were abandoned, when they found this place, were they unsure of where they were?
Yes, they had gotten lost.
There's a distinct connection there. I'm gonna think about that. He's gonna just go back to doing his alchemy.
Annie!
Hello?
So this town you grew up in, where was it exactly? Because there's a general area where they think the ruins are. I'm just wondering where you grew up. Maybe it has some sort of correlation. Maybe it'll help us narrow down this ruin.
Yeah, we'll say it was kind of northwestish of Eventree.
Sorry. Did it go on strike?
Damn Discord Union.
So yeah, this town was a yeah, this town was a little, well, a pretty good ways northwest of Eventree, but not as far north as Waterfall and not as far west as Six Stones. So kind of in between the three big cities, which is a pretty far distance.
Well, somewhere in the middle. They're fairly interested.
Yura stops, looks at the glowing. So, you know the pretty obvious correlation other than the general area, right? They had no idea where they were. Both Mira and the people that...
The soldiers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, it's probably not to deal with the exact place. It's probably to deal with people who are lost. This is a world of interest.
Oh no, I'm well aware. But if we were to venture out to such a location, we might find ourselves in even before the elves.
Yeah.
Might go into the predecessors. That'd be groundbreaking.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
But we have our job to do here first. We'll make sure this place gets up and running and can protect itself, and it's...
It looks up and running.
And we have a good... well, once we have coin that we can spend.
I jingle my coin purse. We have coin.
Yes, but we should get some more if we're gonna be doing our own expedition, trying to find out this place.
Sounds like you want to take more odd jobs.
Well,
Hey,
Mr.
odd jobs ain't no figure to wag at.
I'm not saying take more jobs, I'm saying stay with this job until we're done. Then we can go out and find this place. Find these ruins.
Well, technically, I mean, you can be done if you want. Your contract is monthly. You basically, if you don't say, just every month you say if you want to continue or not.
Yeah.
They assume that you're going to continue. You're supposed to say if you want to quit, but
Yeah, what he's saying is we keep with this. We keep doing this job until we have the resources to then go and
right.
do that.
But yeah, here you're getting fed, clothed. Well, not clothed, but fed and sheltered. You're responsible for your own gear. Speaking of which, Jet is looking for a potion seller, and there is an alchemist visiting from Six Stones today.
He will
Euros is just eyeing the guy every time he looks up his head. Euros is just staring daggers at him. Whoever the alchemist is.
Let's see. It's Oh, it's Bernie. Hey, look,
Wait, Bernie?
Bernie, the human alchemist.
From Bernie Human Alchemist. Do I know who that is? Is he like a person that is known or just?
Oh, yeah, it's Bernie. I know that guy.
Make a charisma check.
Me?
Yeah.
Not to find out who he is. To find out.
Well, just to find out what your relationship is to him.
So just a straight up charisma check. Just.
Yeah.
Come on, critical fail.
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, actually, you guys have been drinking together for a while. You've been trading a bunch of knowledge and stuff. As far as you know, he's a pretty good guy. He has a weird sense of humor. He thinks, well, I guess maybe to you it's probably not so weird. He thinks explosions are funny. He kind of does the jokey Smurf package a lot. He thinks that is hilarious.
Okay. So Euros never accepts anything that this guy gives him.
Yeah.
Ever. Straight up, never ever will take anything that this guy gives him.
But yeah, so Jet, this guy is from Six Stones. Euros seems to know him.
He will buy 3 potions of healing.
He has a whoa. He says, "That's the sure. Well, big spender. All right."
Euros is just standing there and waves at him.
He waves back and he's like, "Oh, and I for buying out the whole stock, I free gift with purchase." And he gives you like a little tiny jewelry sized box. Puts that on the table with your potions.
Euros has said nothing about anything
Can I do
about
an
this guy.
investigation check to see if there's anything weird about this box?
Yeah, sure. Looks
Clue.
like a box. It's got a little red ribbon on it. It's tied shut with a little red ribbon.
I guess.
It's only polite to open a present when given one. Don't be rude.
Jet's just gonna pocket it all.
Okay, swipe him on. He's like, "Hey, drink them in good health. Get it? Haha, health. Yeah, all right, man. See you later."
That was a really bad joke.
That was a really good joke.
As you
Great.
as you walk off, he is still chuckling to himself. Like every once in a while, he's like, "Haha, good health."
Oh boy.
Jet will go back to his perch on the roof of the barracks where he watches the festival.
Tara's going to bounce over to Bali.
Okay.
Hey, my friends gave me this pretty yellow stone. Can I have it set in my shield, please?
Kind of looks at the stone. He looks at your shield. He grunts a little bit. I was like, yeah, not much work. Cost you 2 gold.
Inset into it, right?
Yeah. I just put a little set on it. It won't be hard. But it's not gonna be one of them delicate ring ones. You don't want it to fall out while you're fighting. You want something solid that's gonna hold it in. He'll take your shield, he'll take your thing, and he says, come back tomorrow.
So, should I do an alchemist roll to see how well I do with my stuff?
Sure.
Okay. Just one?
Yeah. Oh.
27.
Wow. Okay then. Yeah, you make a little pretty good supply of potions. Yeah. They're kind of limited by the supplies that you've got. You've been crushing up what are those things called? Fire beetle glands. You've managed to use up your whole stock of fire beetle glands, but you got some nice potions glowing in a variety of colors.
How many?
Let's see. We will say a d6 worth. So go ahead and roll a d6.
A d6 worth of each color, or just overall?
Overall. Make it a d6 plus 2. All right, it's 6 of them.
The merchant of
So
rays.
6.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have 6 potions. Okay.
Yes.
That's. And I don't have the resources to make any more.
No, not unless you go find some more fire beetles.
Okay. And Euros is going to. Can I? Euros is going to go to Khajet. I'm gonna go find Khajet and talk to him.
By the way, my familiar, he's a hawk.
Okay.
Oberon.
That was
He's a
going to be my
fang.
next question: is what is Oberon? But a hawk. Good.
Euros the Merton.
Hawk. He's a fey hawk.
Okay.
It's not Greyhawk.
Not a
it's
greyhawk. No. Yes.
Silverhawk.
Khajet.
It's a very serious bird.
So Khajet. You should open that box Bernie gave you.
I should.
Huh?
I should.
Yes, you should. You should definitely open it.
He'll roll his eyes and go ahead and open the box.
It does a little poof of smoke. It just blinds you for about 20 seconds. And you finally get all the dust out of your eyes. Your eyes are just streaming. And yeah, Euros can see Jet's face is just completely covered in soot.
Gus is just smiling like a madman. Who looks at Bernie and just thumbs up.
You're lucky I don't put an arrow in your eyes.
Hey, I didn't give it to you. I just told you you should open it.
Yeah, sadly, he was not looking at the time, but when he hears the little poof, he looks up and, like, kind of does a little dance and, points his fingers.
Hey, I just said you should open it. Never told you to do anything. You opened it of your own free will.
See, now I'm in a conundrum because Khajet honestly doesn't feel very welcome, and part of him just wants to leave.
Okay, it's okay. He does that to everyone. Anyways, I will see you later, Khajet. I gotta go set up my stand.
Yep.
Can I go buy some more supplies from Bernie?
Roll a d100. He does not have what you're looking for. You wanted a 70 or under.
Oh.
So sadly, he didn't bring him with you.
Oh.
He's like, oh, I can get him for you like next week, man. I can order them.
Okay. But okay, you don't have it right now. Then that's.
I just brought the stock with me. I didn't really bring the supplies.
It's okay.
I mean, maybe you could find what you're looking for in the surrounding, somewhere in the surrounding area.
Could I?
Yeah, I mean, fire beetles live in caves. There are caves around here.
Can you give me a bit of a better description of Bernie, since I'm gonna try and find an image for him now?
Let's see, kind of short guy, frizzy brown hair, no eyebrows because he keeps getting them blown off. you know, slightly demented looking, but always grinning. Big grin on his face.
Thank you. So Euros is just gonna, spend some time setting up his stand.
Okay. Let's see, what is everyone else doing? Well, okay, so let's see. Tora went to the thing. Mira and Willie are chatting about the coin. Is there anything else that either of you wanted to do?
Nope, that's all I want to do. But we should discuss whether we want to stay or not. I do know a guy who has another odd job for us if we go back to Six Stone. Yeah, he just wants to get us some components for it. Nothing too hard. Plus, I've been itching for another fight ever since that hobo encounter. Got my blood going.
Yeah, that could be fun. I mean, as great as it is here in this city, it is getting kind of boring. Especially once the festival's over, there's not going to be a lot to do.
So, Jet, as you are up on top of the building and scanning around, you actually notice before any of the townspeople do. You see sort of a column of dust approaching the town.
We had to say something, didn't we?
You all wanted to fight things. Column of dust approaching the town. Oops, that's not how I do that.
He is going to stand up on the edge of the balcony that he was sitting on and point at it and say, well, yeah, we've got something towards everyone. And he was like, you better get down.
And as you, it takes a while, like they get pretty close before you can see through the dust to what is causing it. But there is a herd of giant lizards that are thundering directly through the town. And they are rolling initiative, so probably you should too.
Okay.
I'm good at it.
Are we gonna get the, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, sorry.
Herd lizards. Alright, I'm amused.
22. Oh, that's another thing. I think it was top. I think I got like 20. I got two 22s for initiative. Twice.
Jeez.
What? No. I got 22 for initiative. Twice, not 3 times.
Hey, I knew I was gonna roll low, but that was really low.
Yeah, so Euros luckily is alerted by Jet's shout, and so are the townspeople, and they are, trying to jam themselves into the building. Unfortunately, the food tent is directly in the way, so people are dashing out of it, but they can't get the tent down in time. And Euros can act.
Okay then. So which direction are they coming from?
Down in the south corner. They're down here.
I see that. And
Yep.
I'm of course.
So yeah, you can't actually see them, but you can hear the thundering noise of their feet.
The Tintin.
Yes.
Tintin time. Let's see how far I can go. I can go there. So I will do that. I'm gonna go here. And let's see, what's the range on how far? Oh, they're way out of my range. Okay, I'm gonna hold my action. When one of them gets close enough, I'm going to throw a alchemist fire at it when it gets close enough.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
And they are going to come thundering through. Let's see. Oop. Let me zoom in a tiny bit so I can see what I'm doing. There we go.
The second one gets close enough, I'm throwing.
And
Close enough. Yeah, that's close enough.
30. Okay, so they're getting to there. Oops, these two are coming over here because they don't want to run through the tree. So yeah.
So that means I'm getting
Yeah.
4 at least, I think. No, I'm getting 2, I think. Yeah, I'm getting these front 2
Okay.
because
It would
this
be
is
when they first got into your range, yeah, that you threw
yeah.
it.
So
And they are
just getting the front 2.
running
So,
like right next to each other.
yeah. So I'm now going to roll Alchemist Fire.
Okay, dex saves for you guys. Whew. Oh yeah. They're giant lizards. Stopping, getting out of the way, not really their thing. They're now slightly on fire.
And takes 3 damage.
Yep.
Because
Oops.
that's great.
Why did you not minus 3? Minus 3. There we go. And all they did was run forward because that was a dash for them. So, Willie, you hear a noise on the other side of the food tent.
Alright, well, we have here. I'm just looking up the spell real quick. Shoot. Alright, well. Yeah, that's fine.
There is a tent here, so you probably cannot see.
Yeah, you can't see through
Yeah.
the tent. You can just hear them on the other
No,
side.
I'm just saying if I had range, even if I had the.
Yeah, yeah. Just if you need sight, you don't have that.
You know.
Yep.
I mean, you can get to like here.
I got 30 feet.
Yeah. 30 feet. I think it like there.
So if I got like right here, would I be able to see them?
You can see the edge of this one. I think probably.
Or do I see like a point like right here?
Oh yeah.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
Yay.
17. Let's see. So the guy right in front. Falls
And
asleep.
It's a 20-foot thing.
Yep, just that one falls asleep.
Alright, I got one.
He just lays
Yeah.
down, starts
Sleep.
snoring. And Valerian.
Soft lizard one.
Valerian pulls out his newly branded short swords and runs forward, avoiding the guy that's asleep.
No. Not sure. Seems fine.
Would I be able to stand like here or here?
Oh yeah. You just have to be careful stepping over those tent wires, tent strings, ropes, whatever they are.
I'll just go right there.
Okay.
This guy right there with my short swords.
Okay.
Nice picture.
Huh? That's the best picture I could find for
Wow.
round 2.
Yeah, unfortunately an 8 is not going to make it through its thick scaly hide. No, an 8 is not going to make it through its thick scaly hide.
Bloody
Man.
stubborn, aren't you?
I'm gonna look at the blacksmith and be like, these swords are defective.
Yeah, you're gonna have a word with Bali afterwards.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Jet, you have a nice view of this whole situation.
Jet is going to shoot at this.
Yeah, you're on the ruler, but you're pointing at this one?
Yep.
Yeah.
One. And do I get a sneak attack because he's right there?
Yep.
Ha-ha.
Your buddy's standing next to him, threatening him, waving swords at him.
Do I also... Okay, here's a conundrum. Would I get advantage because I am at a higher elevation, like easily shoot down at them, or no?
You get advantage to somebody's next to him.
No, he just gets sneak attack, but not advantage. But I will say in this case, you will have advantage because you have a really good shot and they don't see you. They don't know you're there. So you're effectively hidden from them even though you're not hiding. They just don't understand buildings.
They're giant lizards that are trampling through the town. They don't register you're there.
Yep.
They definitely look up.
They don't. have the time
13 is just enough to pierce his thick, scaly hide. Not very deeply, but there is now an arrow sticking out of the back of his neck.
If it was a good shot, it would have killed, but
That one,
man, I'm going to be nasty.
that one's starting to look a little bit hurt. Mira.
Okay, Mir. Move here, and does she have a good enough line of sight to about here to cast a fairy fire?
You could see like this square. Oh no, let's see. From this corner. Hold on, if I do this, yeah, there we go. You can actually see this guy's edge. See, you know, he's got some cover from you, but you can see him. So a fairy fire, you could cast it into that square. Unfortunately, that's as close as you can get. Or I guess maybe you could cast it farther back if you wanted. Let's see. From your corner, you can see that square. These squares back here, not that one, like there.
Okay, so I think I just want to put it somewhere around this area for it, so that it can hit as many of them as possible.
Okay, what's the radius of a fairy fire?
It is a 20-foot cube.
Oops. Okay. I've got a fairy fire. Oh, but nothing's loading. Why? You're doing so well today.
Damn it, why isn't there a feat that increases your DC? It should be a feat. Why isn't there a feat?
5, 10, 15. So you can get 3 of them.
Okay, so DC Dex of 12.
But there we go.
That's called increasing
10.
Increasing your intelligence instead of getting a feat.
Oh, actually, you can get 4 of them.
But if I increase my intelligence, it only goes up by 1 more.
So let's see. That is a dex save.
It just
1,
wasn't
2,
increases my
3,
DC for
4.
things.
Gosh darn it, guys! You are not nimble little lizards.
Well,
So,
one of those is.
3
One
of them
those is
fail.
So the one that's asleep is Sparkly. Let's see. Number 2 is Sparkly. Number 3 is not Sparkly, but number 4, Sparkly.
Mira, you didn't answer the most important thing when it comes to casting fairy fire, however.
What color is it?
What color is it?
Oh, it's definitely pink.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good, because I always use pink for fairy fire, so it's nice that it actually matches for once.
It is a sparkly pink. Not just pink. It's
Oh, it's so sparkly. Like, just ultra craft herpes sparkle, man.
Okay, so we have some very girly looking lizards. Excellent.
Yeah.
Which
This,
you have advantage on.
this one is sleeping, but yes.
What you have advantage on.
And then I'm going to go ahead and inspire Cora with a little flute dibble. Well, no, wait, she's not close enough. Actually, Yaros. I'll inspire Yaros.
Even though all of my things are DC things. Inspire Big Willie. Or Tora.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll inspire Big Willie because he's right next to me. That's what I'll do. Bonus action. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Because all of my stuff is DC stuff. I don't need inspiration.
Tora, pink
That's
sparkly
right.
lizards. Bigger than you.
Well, everything's bigger than me. I'm gonna look around, see if I happen to spy like a pot lid or something
Yoss
somewhere
is-
on the ground.
You're incorrect. Yaros is bigger than you.
That's true.
That is true.
Um,
Almost everything is bigger than I am.
Yeah, you can, especially if you run across this blanket here. There's all kinds of house goods and things like that, so you can grab something on the way.
All right, so I can get a pot lid.
Sure.
Excellent, because I gave up my shield, so
Yes,
I'm
you did.
going to make do.
Improvised shield.
That's right, man. And I am mobile. So I am a very fast-moving dwarf.
This is as far. Well, wait, no, you're 25.
Yeah.
35.
So, and it take an action to grab the shield? The pot lid?
No, just to pick it
I
up. That's an
wouldn't think so,
object
yeah.
interaction. Yeah.
So then you can dash and go, like,
70 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
you can go pretty far. You can go, like, all the way around, like, here, if you wanted to.
Don't think I want to go quite that far because they're gonna move again.
You want to go like,
You're a dwarf,
go
right?
like here then, and then ready.
I'm a mobile dwarf. I can go 35 feet.
Actually, yeah, you can ready your action. Just go here, and then you can ready your action if they go near. Do you attack them?
Yeah, that works.
You want to? That's your decision. I'm just trying to be helpful. I just like being helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down there. And yeah, I'm going to. Actually, I'm gonna go.
I was gonna say from there you can only see a little bit of the sleeping one.
Here. Yeah, I know. But
Okay.
I'm assuming that they're going to come straight through that thing at me.
Okay.
And that they're all gonna huddle around Valerian and eat him.
That's also a possibility. I'm gonna wait here, brandish my sword, my axe, and be ready to whack anything lizard-like that comes in my direction.
There's a tent between me and all them. They can't surround me.
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
They can
they're-
totally surround you.
Well, they would have problems getting tangled up in the tent. There's a bunch of stuff inside the tent. It's not an empty tent. It's full of tables and chairs and food and drinks and lizard snacks. Yum.
Have you ever seen like a ox or something go through a tent? They don't even pause. Just wham, and the tent is gone. And they're on the other
These
side.
are oxes.
I'm assuming it's more of a traditional bell wedge, because that is a bell wedge. Don't worry. Don't worry why I know what that is. Just don't worry about it.
Okay, Euros, you're up.
So, hey, guess what? You get to make 4 dexterity saves again. Because I'm throwing it right there at the end of my range. And it hits 4 of them.
3, 4. These ones are getting a little better.
2 of them taking damage. One of them's taking
3,
damage.
yes. There's a guy in front. Oh boy, he's angry anyway. Okay, so he is slightly burned.
3 damage again.
Now he's going to be
And
even more
also,
angry.
I'm going to move
Run away!
here.
Okay.
No, I'll move here. Just, I mean, there's the thing in my way. I'll be fine.
So this one is trying to run through his sleeping friend. His friend, well, that jerk in front of him isn't moving, so he bites him, but doesn't get through his armor, gets tangled up in him, kind of gets around, is sort of, stepping on him a little bit. He's having
It's his turn to try
difficulties.
and do that.
Yep. This guy, he is going to come rushing through here. 10, 20, 30. And he's going to stop and start trying to eat things in the tent. Because that's
Oh,
a good thing for him. This guy, 10, 20, 30. Also trampling the tent. Let's see. Would he like the live meat, the wriggly meat, or the still meat?
I don't taste good.
He would like the safe meat. He is going to stay away from the wriggly meat. This guy, though, he's all for wriggly meat, and he is going to bite Valerian, near Valerian.
Near. Fight Valerian.
Damn.
Near.
So I'm just imagining it's like these really large lizard cows.
And yep, this guy is kind of squeezing in with his friend here to try to get to the food that everyone is blocking his way for. And it's Willie's turn.
Alright, I will fairy fire. I will cast Chill Touch on this
Okay.
wizard.
Yeah.
And you have
He is
advantage
bright and
on
sparkly. Yep.
There's these
Ah,
2 right
and it's a
there.
good thing you have advantage.
Yep,
So 6 necrotic. Yeah, he's looking a little hurt.
I got you.
He is chilled with thoughts of his impending doom,
These-
but not
These
too
2
much.
are eating our resources. Please no. Please don't let.
Valerian.
I will bonus action hex this guy right here,
Okay.
and then strike him with my short sword.
Short sword sneak.
Ah, there it goes. Okay, yes. 19 will hit.
Whoa. Oh my.
Alright, calm down, Kirito.
for 4 points of damage.
Yep.
How do you
And unfortunately, I cannot do anything else as I have used my bonus action, so I am done.
How
Okay.
do you do that? How do you do that?
Jet.
I will shoot the same one that Flarian just stabbing stab.
Okay. That one, he's looking pretty hurt.
That is the point.
Yeah, he's gonna be looking more hurt in just a second. Some damage with some, yep, there you go. Okay, that, he's not in fact looking hurt, he's looking dead.
Oh, how do you want to kill him?
He took an arrow to the knee.
Will never be an adventurer again.
Oh boy.
And now I will go 1, 2, 3, and get a better vantage point.
Okay, Mira.
Okay, Mira's gonna run up to about here and is going to do a vicious mockery on this one.
Oh, that one's sleeping.
Oh, that one's asleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one then.
Yep.
That's not asleep. You are an ugly lizard cow.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your family, dishonor on your lizard cow.
And syntax error, but
Oh.
DC 12.
Yeah, flip it to spell card and then back to attack, and that should fix it. However, his mommy always told him he was pretty. How much damage is that?
You big fat ugly lizard. You should
Four.
have said big fat ugly lizard. No, you big fat ugly gecko.
I don't know, this seemed to hurt his feelings quite a bit. And now he will have disadvantage on his next attack.
Against me.
Tora!
Alright.
Go barreling through all the food.
I already checked and I can get this far.
Yeah, you can, okay, yeah. You can also see in the tent now, you can see the lizard who has busted through, if you're looking through the opening of the tent. But you can also run up to this one who's pink and sparkly.
I like pink and sparkly. It's not quite as good as yellow, but pink will do. Pink will do.
Pink.
Alright, I am going to whack it with my giant battle axe.
Okay, unfortunately, even with advantage, that will not cut through its hide.
And then I'm going to pout, use my action surge, and whack it again.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go. Like, oh yeah?
The power of the power.
I'll show you. He now has a rent in his chest. It goes, like, from his neck to his... where his belly button would be if he weren't a lizard. But he is still somehow, even with his guts hanging out, he is hanging on. Euros.
Yay, Euros' turn. Is there a way I can throw an alchemical fire and not set the tent on fire?
Not if you throw it in that direction, no. It will definitely set stuff inside on fire.
Okay, let's see.
Acid will only up a little bit of it.
Can I see them from there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could peek in the tent from there.
Okay, so from there, I'm gonna go take this and throw an alchemical acid at. Do either of them look hurt?
Nope, both of those look totally healthy.
I'll attack this one, I guess. That they really recommended.
And stuffing their faces. They're gleefully eating the roast ox.
Alchemical acid. The alchemical acid.
Kind of fighting over who gets the best bits.
It's a DC 14, so just.
Okay. Deck save?
Yes.
Oh yeah, nope, not his thing today. They are actually pretty nimble. They just, yeah, nope.
And it's acid damage.
Okay. He didn't like it. It's his turn. He did notice that. So the other one is gonna get the meat as this one lumbers forward to try to snatch
I
a...
will take an up attack.
Oh, yes, you will. As his tail starts disappearing under the tent, you're like, nope.
Cut off the tail. It'll regenerate. Cut it off.
Oh, except, yeah.
These swords are defective.
Except you just.
Yeah.
Except you
So this one is going to bite Eros, except with a 12,
except misses.
not so much. This one is going to stay asleep. This one, what would he like to do? I don't know. Valerian's not bothering him too much. He's going to keep eating this ox. And then these two are going to try to eat Tora.
Hey.
So the first one is at disadvantage. Yep.
The one on the right.
Yeah. So the first guy at disadvantage, where is his bite? There's his bite. 12. But the second one, you look just bite-sized for him.
No, 17, because the first one was for me. So the first attack is 17.
What?
It's 17.
Oh, you're right. Yes. Yeah, I was looking at the... Yep, you're right. I'm counting the same one twice. So yeah, 17. He's only hitting you for 10 bitey damage. And this...
17 isn't gonna hit me.
Oh, okay. So with the 17, he's missing you, and with the 17, so is the other one. They think they're doing really well. They don't understand why they can't get through your crunchy outer coating.
Why is my armor class down to 9 again?
Oh, if you add things to your okay, so delete whatever armor you have in your character sheet and add it from the compendium again, because there's something really screwed up that it'll set it to 0 if you put. Anyway, yes, it's a roll 20 bug. Willie.
I have an 18 though. I better double check that.
Let's see. Last time you had an 18. Yep. So Willie.
Alright, we'll continue to grab at that.
Oh dear. Yes, he thinks of his eternal demise and cannot stand it, and expires right there in the street.
Force choke a lizard.
Bleh. I'll just stick him under a tree. Anything else?
That's pretty much good.
Okay, Valerian. It's a snoozy lizard at your feet.
I will move over to this guy. Bonus action, move my hex to him.
Okay. So, excuse me, I'm eating here.
Well,
This is my ox. Get your own.
Your chewing is bothering me. You are chewing too loudly. You need new swords.
Starting to think it's not the sword anymore.
Yeah, I know. That's a lot of ones. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but gosh, it is not. Valerian apparently was at the drinking contest earlier.
Won the drinking
No,
contest.
no, no.
He may have won it.
It's my turn.
Are you sure?
Was
The hex,
the
are you
contest.
sure the hex is on the other people and not you?
Maybe you've been moving it wrong. Jet.
Jet is going to shoot the sleep one.
Okay. Oh yeah, and this guy is not disadvantaged
You
anymore.
have disadvantage.
Well, it's disadvantage and advantage that cancel each other out, but yeah, with a 3 it really doesn't matter. His arrow just goes skittering off. And it's Mira's turn.
Okay, seeing that Yaros is maybe in trouble, Mira's gonna run over and try to stab this one with her longsword.
Damn it.
Yes, that is a stabbing. For 5 damage. So he's starting to show some scuff marks on his scales.
Okay, and then she's gonna turn around and shout at Tora, "If you hit them hard enough, I think they turn yellow." Bardic inspiration. So add a d6 to your next if you need it.
Okay, Tora, you're feeling very inspired.
Wow. Okay, she is going to smack that thing absolutely as hard as she can.
And a 12 will do it. Cut right through its skin.
Added d6 to damage, right? You can do that?
And it's for to hit, not to damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to the attack and taking the
5, okay, yeah. He is definitely showing wounds, and he is now looking at you. He's kind of like trying to turn his head one way and the other so that his eyes are on opposite sides of his head, and he's trying to get a good look at you. Euros.
You're a stir. You big lizard.
It is really big.
And I can throw it at point blank range, and I don't think there's any downside to it. DC 14.
I don't think so, yeah, because it's just a DC, but yeah. Yeah, so he's just gonna stand there while you pour acid down his face.
6 damage.
Oh, quite a bit of acid. It really ruins the effect. An entire side of his face is burning and bubbling, and it's his turn, and boy, he's angry about that. He is going to bite Euros. Bite, bite, bite.
Oh, just barely.
Yeah.
Plus
That's my ACD.
You are slightly singed as he wipes the acid off on you. And then, let's see, this other one was looking at Tora, so it's going to bite her. Try to bite her and fail. Let's see what else we got. Oh, and we got the one next to Valerian who still...
Does he really care?
No, he's eating. He wants to finish this ox. He's got about like 3/4 of it in his gullet, and he's going to finish it before he messes with anybody else. He got the prize, and all those other suckers are stuck, you know, getting hit with swords and stuff.
This guy's getting a gentle massage.
Willie.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try and force choke that one too.
That one will just slide off of it.
You have
Oh yeah, you have inspiration. You can roll a d6.
Oh, sure.
Roll.
It could help.
Roll.
Not quite. No, no. Would have been be a bit higher than that.
Okay, 5 or 4, 6.
Valerian.
I'm gonna take my 2 short swords and like bang them together, and like maybe wondering if I forgot to like put the batteries in. And
Damn it. Damn it good.
and then I'm gonna swing twice.
Lizard kind of looks over at the noise, shrugs his little shoulder.
Hey, I'm stabbing you. Pay attention to me.
There's the other one. Oh!
It did help, and admittedly he didn't roll a 1.
You've doubled your roll. Sadly.
You by far are the worst warlock I've ever seen.
Today is just not my day.
It is not.
Come to accept it. Today's not my day.
Jet!
Oh my god.
Shooting the sleeper.
Okay, so this is...
Don't shoot it.
Yes.
Minimal damage.
You gently touch it, you gently nudge it awake.
Why did you shoot it?
Does that have advantage?
You do not have advantage, because you are...
Oh,
it's
yeah, 'cause
prone.
it's prone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, you do one tiny point of damage to it, and it wakes up.
2 damage.
No, because he doesn't get sneak attack.
I don't sneak attack.
Yep.
I'm standing right next to it.
No, this one, the sleepy one.
No, he would have gotten advantage because it also is fairy fire.
But it's prone.
If that's
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Right. You can't get sneak attack if you have disadvantage for any reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you have disadvantage?
Because it was prone
pro.
while it's sleeping. And it's still prone, so let me put a purple dot on it so I remember that. But it is awake now. And it is Mira's turn.
Okay, Mira's
I'm
going to
consider this the last
stab
thing I
this
do.
thing again.
Stab it.
Okay,
Stab
this one is definitely bleeding, and you have stabbed it. Let's see if you can... Oh, yeah, you can finish it off with no problem. You may have lost a roast ox, but there's going to be plenty of lizard meat.
Okay, and then she'll do a quick healing word for Yaros.
And Tora, there are now 2 lizards looking at you.
Yeah, well, I'm looking back at them.
One of them's prone, so you get advantage. Doubly
It's also fairy fired, yes.
Yes, he's very, very,
So yeah,
Alright.
this one's looking hurt, the other one is looking a little bit scratched.
Well, Tora's still hoping for that whole hit it and it turns yellow thing, so she's gonna whack it again really hard.
Okay.
Advantage, you got advantage.
No, not on this one.
Yeah, I did. I was hitting the prone
Oh, I
one.
thought you were
Oh,
talking about
then you need to move up towards it. But yes, you can do that. So you
Alright.
just need to scooch over 5 feet.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 13 hits.
Uh,
You should hit it right now.
Does
Oh,
it-
aren't I?
No.
You have to take a step forward if you want it.
Yeah, he's over here.
Oh.
You're
they're
10
so
feet away.
bloody Big.
Yes. There you go. Now you can hit it. Now a 13 will hit. Now you can roll some damage. It's kind of looking around sleepily. waiting to hear how badly it is hurt. Oh, it is hurt very badly.
That Max?
No, what's the name?
No, not quite.
Well, I guess Flareon is our mascot for the One Hit Wonders.
It just woke up and now it's almost had its head partially severed. And now it's Euros' turn.
Yeah. So Euros is what is Euros gonna do? Well, there's that one, but he's not gonna melt the pole and take down the friggin' tent in the process because he's not an idiot.
My lizard.
So Euros is gonna run over here and say, "Take this," and throw a alchemical fire right behind them.
Bother.
Oh my! Oh my! Wow!
Feel their butts getting warmed.
Yeah. They get their tails. One twitches his tail to the left, the other twitches his tail to the right, and they are unharmed. And they do see a tasty Tora snack, so they're going to both try to bite her. And the other one who is laying down is going to stand up. So one bite, one more bite. They're both going to break their teeth on her armor and be really confused. They've never had anything with such a crunchy outside before. And this one is finally going to notice Valerian since the ox he was eating is gone. And he's going to kind of open his mouth and try to give him a little nibble. But
Little miss.
he's pretty full. He's pretty slow. And it's going to be Willie's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna help out Tori here and target that one with Chill Touch. No, that's a thought. One.
Yeah, no, that's not going to do it.
Well, which one?
Either of well, yeah, it was this one.
Okay.
Valerian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I swing on the lizard, I'm gonna whisper a few sweet nothings to the hilt of my swords. You know, maybe that'll get them all warmed up.
Oh god, you're going to seduce your weapons before using them?
You know, whatever works. If this works,
Maybe they haven't had enough love.
maybe they don't understand how to show love back.
Now we're all gonna be laughing so hard. Come on, bro.
Oh, there you go. That's what it needed.
I called it.
So what is that? That is 4, and so the second one will miss, but that is 4 and 10 and 15. It's definitely paying attention to you now, as it has gone from completely healthy and full of delicious roast ox to nearly dead.
See, all it needed was some love.
I said after this, you're gonna roll that 20. What did he do?
Now it's Jet's turn.
Roll a freaking nat 20.
Now you have advantage on this one, because he has stood up.
And it didn't.
Oh, but 11 still won't quite do it. Mira.
Suck.
Oh,
You cut out.
Mira's gonna pop over and look at that one and shout, "You look like an ugly armored toad!" Great.
Come on, you got cover.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's like, oh,
They really do.
I'm a pretty toad. What do you mean? Oh.
Does that kill it? Please say it.
It does not. It slightly hurts its feelings. And now it is Tora's turn. So they're both looking pretty hurt.
I'm gonna go for the pink one again.
Okay, so with advantage.
And I am still trying to turn it yellow.
Okay, well, that is a hit with advantage. And I think, yeah, yep. You're a little sad, as it does not turn yellow. It remains pink, sparkly, and dead. Bleh. Euros.
Burn! Throws it again. Actually, no. Yeah, he's gonna throw an acid actually at it. So
Okay, it's gonna stand there and take it.
5 damage. This one.
Okay, yep. Yep. It is very badly burned. It looks, in fact, exactly like that other one that you burned. That's how badly it's hurt. Its entire face is just melting off. looks up with acid loosened teeth, and it is going to attempt to bite Tora. Arr, poorly. And this other one
It's gonna gum Tora.
is very angry at Valerion, but is too full of ox to really be able to move into position. And they do nothing. It is
I will
Willie's
finish
turn.
you off. This is my lizard. Mine.
I will cast magic missile at this one. I'm gonna roll them one at a time. Is that right?
My lizard. My lizard.
Okay, so roll your first one, and that will burst, like explode little lizard bits all over Tora. It's very messy.
Can you stop, please? I'm sorry. Those sounds, they're kind of scary.
Let's
No,
see.
you killed my lizard.
Oh yeah, you can see that one through the tent, and since magic missile is guaranteed to hit, you explode that one all over the food tent.
All my hard work.
It makes quite a mess.
That was mine.
Mira would like to cast a minor illusion of yellow sparkles on the one that Tora killed.
There's a little tiny firework. Pew!
It worked! It worked! And Tora's going to jump up and start dancing in place.
Eurus is just gonna turn to look at Mira and go, "Now," he's gonna whisper under his breath.
So I
Stop it,
take,
please.
I grab one of the lizards, I drag him to like the leather worker, and like, can you make me some boots?
You're gonna drag an ox-sized lizard.
I think he might. Oh no, probably you can't. What is your strength?
All right. I push.
Yeah. You get some friends to help you.
Strength, sir.
It's a 7.
You cannot even budge it. Even if you tried.
No, it's true. You can't.
I get it. I get assistance.
By assistant, you mean me.
Same thing.
Well, let's clean up the other ones before we decide to make dinner out of these.
So yeah,
I'm making boots out of this one.
Hold your horses. Let's clean up the mess first.
These are lizards, not horsemen.
It's a metaphor, yeah, Tora.
It's an expression. Hold your horses means, wait a minute. Stop. Think. Wait. It's a fancy way of saying Tora. It's a fancy way of saying wait. Just don't worry about it.
Could just say, wait.
Yes, but he was. Yes, he was. It's how he wants to express himself. So let him do it.
So yes, Valerian has some words with the leather worker. It's gonna take a while, but he will he's a little bit like just the look of shock and horror on his face as he crawls out from where he was hiding, and he's like, "You want me to what? Okay, I'll have to tan it first. It'll be a little while, like 2 weeks. Sure,
All right.
I can keep the extra, right?
Yes.
Okay, thanks." Everywhere people are just like coming out of the buildings that they've hidden in, and like out from under the tents and things. One guy needs to be helped out of the well where he jumped.
I think we'll see how Burley, whatever his name is, Val. Okay.
Bernie.
As a matter of fact, I will tell him whatever we have left over for what we don't use, you can use the rest of that to make whatever out of it too.
Okay, thanks. No charge for the boots then. I'll just take the leather in trade, okay?
Fair deal.
Oh, that's not. Alright, whatever.
So, Willie,
You are a merchant of trade right there.
It's my charisma. It's the only thing I'm good at.
Yeah, sure. I could see your battle prowess and your charisma the best.
So, do you have this sword fetish or something? 'Cause I heard you whisper. I saw you whispering to your sword. What is that about?
I was just trying to get them to work properly.
You know,
I
I'm not gonna even say anything. I don't know the offensive.
Eurus is gonna his face just change to like this very concerned face. Do the swords talk to you?
No, but sometimes they work properly when you whisper to them, quite lovingly.
Okay. He's just gonna walk away looking. He's just going cuckoo. Do the classic cuckoo sound.
Hey Willie, do you know any good recipes for giant armored lizard?
I can't imagine I do. Don't get many giant armored lizards over in Six Stone.
Well, what do you think about steaks? They've got quite a bit of meat on them.
I mean, I don't even know how they would taste. We have to cut them up and see how tender the meat is. They're not like oxen with a nice and fat. These guys are rather lean looking.
Maybe kebabs then.
Ooh, you like a good kebab?
Slow roast.
Wow.
Stew.
Slow roast.
Oh, you
Stew
have
is
to.
the best thing to do with eating meat. You get so much flavor out of it.
The people from the food tent will actually start hacking up the lizards, and they're like, well, waste not, want not. One of them tries, putting the tail over the fire and starts roasting that. Another one's trying to, he's like, stew, that does sound like a good idea. Yeah, braise it for a long time. All right, yeah. Meanwhile, Rodak and Kalima have come over to check it out as the resident nature experts. It's kind of their job to look at that kind of thing. Although you've been thinking about it, you haven't seen Kalima a lot over the last month. She and Rodak are both supposed to be helping set up the order node here, but it's always been Rodak. However, she's here today, and they'll both look at the lizards, and they'll look at you guys, and they'll look at the carnage, and they'll look at the lizards, and they're like, okay, where did these come from? What did you all do?
Pointed that direction, like, well, they kind of just ran in from that direction.
Yeah, no, that's not what these things do. They don't travel in packs, and they don't.
In my defense, it fell on my sword.
No, we understand. Thank you for protecting the town. That is what you all are here for. But no, these things are not like. This isn't how lizards behave. They stay to themselves. They keep to themselves. They don't travel in packs, and they don't come running into places full of people. They're shy creatures. They would stay away from the town.
Is it possible that they're running from something?
Maybe they're trying some sort of new lizard outreach.
No.
Yeah.
Is it possible they're running from something?
Kalima shapes into a coyote, and she and Rodak both start following the trail, and they're like, yeah. Hold on. Well, Rodak says it. Kalima just... Yeah. Oh!
Would Kajan have been able to tell them exactly where it came from? So you could see it from up there?
Yes, and they are very appreciative of that information, because, obviously the trail's going to get harder to follow once you get out into the scrub, so the farther away point they have, the better. It's up to you. You can if you want. They will go and come back and tell you what they find if you don't follow them.
If
Well,
they come back.
I do have some business. I need to go get some firebugs, whatever.
Well, I am freshly tapped out of spells for today.
So, I guess we'll stay here.
But they're the only ones that know how to handle the node. If anything happens to them while they're out there, they might.
Yeah. Yes, fine. We should probably go watch them.
Alright, but ain't gonna be much use. Y'all casting the occasional
Kill
cantrip.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least at this point, hopefully we won't be in a tunnel and all of you will be less useful.
I don't think so.
Yeah, neither China. I don't think they ran away from China.
Oh, that's right. I don't have that map. Okay, that's fine. We'll just find a very familiar looking road. That'll be fine, because that's the map I have set up.
Who switched to my spells?
I did. I wanted to see what cantrips you had. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I've got Mage Hand and then Soul Touch.
Just keep touching everything. Molest them all.
See, I wanted to
I'm
make
telling
it,
you, that's not
but
a good
I found that inappropriate at the time. I said, I'm gonna get as many hand-related spells as I can.
Just a very handsome man.
I will cast fist magic.
So Kalima is in coyote form, sniffing all over the place. Rodak is following along behind, like being a little more observant about things.
Can I have Oberon fly overhead and see what he can see?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. In fact, give
I
me a
will take
perception
it.
check for him.
And we'll be keeping his eyes peeled as well.
Oh, wait, do you need a hawk sheet? I can get you one of those if you need.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got it right here.
Okay. Well, I'll get you one anyway.
For the record, Valerian casts mage armor every morning when he wakes up.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I assume if you're a wizard that you do that, or that if you have mage armor that you do that.
I'm a warlock, but I have my
crap. Armor.
armor of shadows.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Why is it not giving me a hawk? Come on. Okay, well there you go. A 16. Yeah, okay, so probably
I also am looking and keeping my eyes peeled.
let's see.
I'm gonna look at the ground and look for.
Cora, you're mean. That's mean. That's very mean, Cora.
You find some cactuses. You don't step on them. Good job. Let's see. She is doing. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Oh yeah. So Oberon is definitely getting noticed before anybody else.
Even with my 15.
He has a bird's eye view.
Yeah, he can see farther. Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the other druid.
Yeah. No. Kalima actually, she's getting really interested in like, just sniffs. She doesn't actually seem to be following the trail anymore. Rodak is a little annoyed with her, but you will find what was chasing them. And he will see it from a pretty far distance, and he will tell you what it is. No, okay, sure, roll 20. That is what I wanted. No. There it is.
That's what I asked.
No, but kind of close. Come on, I just did this earlier today. You're not gonna. Let's see.
Ancient black dragon.
Actually, yes, that is what it pulled up for me. So, well, no, it was adult black dragon is what it thought I wanted.
You know what's funny? I like that's like the one type of dragon I keep fighting in like 5 different games where I've fought a dragon. It's always been a black dragon for some reason. It's like
That's right, then.
why is it? It's like why is it always that
It's
one?
not
It's like,
coming
well,
out.
because
I've fought general. The dragons I've met in D&D have been a green dragon and a blue dragon. Several blue.
it's mostly because my buddy has an obsession with dragons, and he likes the black dragon the most because it's not like other dragons where it's like the breath weapon. It's acid damage. He really likes acid damage.
So why not green dragons? Green dragons.
That's poison.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Black is what.
There we go. Finally. Gosh, I didn't think you were ever coming out. Oh, that's still not
That's a
right.
guard drake.
That's yes.
Oh, boy.
HP is not his HP. That's okay. Sure. Okay, here we go.
0 HP. Whoa. That's amazing.
Okay, so just fix up his little token for a little bit. There, finally. And he's got some buddies.
Okay.
And this is not actually where he is. I'm just trying to get him on the stupid map
Yeah.
because it is refusing to put them on the map, which is
I
bugging
would
me.
prefer to be there.
Yes.
Oh look, it's kobolds.
Oh, that's why they were blue.
Yep.
And let's see, let's scooch this back a little. So they're actually, yeah, I'm going to say, actually if I put them on the edge of the map, that should be fine. So they're way back here. Oberon has spotted them, and nobody is surprised when you all roll initiative.
I know exactly how guard drakes are made, and I wish I knew that in character.
Somehow I had managed to miss it. I only read it. Oh, yeah, sorry. I guess you want to see the initiative too. There you go.
The only frickin' time I have actually rolled below 10.
I accidentally hit the button twice, but I actually rolled an 18 the first time.
Yeah, you could just go
Okay.
Is that for me?
Yeah, you can do it. Just yep, click on your initiative and there you go. See.
There you go. Fix it for you.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yeah. Also, if you don't click your token, you roll your initiative. Just click your token, roll your initiative, and then set it back to the first one, because that happens a lot. People do that all the time. It's really easy to do.
For the kobolds. Well, some of them anyway.
So yes, the kobolds. But Tora, yeah. So Willie's saying something about, he's pointing in that direction and shouting something about kobolds and a big lizard, big blue lizard.
There's a sizable blue lizard over there with
If you
some
could
kobolds.
reorganize it again, sorry, I didn't realize I didn't click mine until after you said that.
Oh yeah, I'll do it again. Here you go. Yeah, like I said, happens all the time. It's a super easy mistake to make.
Alright. Well, Tora is going to brandish her pot lid in one hand, draw her axe, and charge screaming at the big blue thing.
Come on, let's hear Tora's battle cry. Cool. Come on, Colt.
She's not particularly intimidating in any way, shape, or form.
Why is there a bear?
It's a wolf. It's Kalima.
No,
She's in coyote form, but wolf is what we're gonna use here.
close.
Yeah.
Close.
And then I'm gonna ready an action, and I'm going to whack the first lizard-shaped thing that comes within range of my axe.
Okay. Oh, and it's actually Kalima's turn first, so I'll go ahead and run hers real quick. Oh, and her token's broken, but that's fine. Didn't want a forking token anyway. Wolves have a 40 move speed. So she is going to run up.
She's not a coyote.
Well, okay. Coyotes do too, because I don't have a coyote token. 10, 20, 30, 40. She will stand there and snarl and look ready to bite. Then it was Tora's turn. She did that, and now it's Mira's turn.
Okay. How high is this little ridge here? Like, can I just jump down off of that, or no?
Oh yeah, it's only 7 feet. You're not going to hurt yourself jumping off of it. Yeah, it'll just take 10 feet of movement to move down it.
Okay, Mira will come down this far, and I don't think I'm in range to do anything, so Mira's just gonna cast heroism on herself.
Not Tora.
Oh wait, am I in range? Let's see.
Oh, darn.
It's touch.
Yeah, it's touch, so I wasn't really close enough for anybody that's gonna be in melee, so I'll just do it on myself, pull out my sword, and get ready, and that's my turn.
Okay, here we go. Oh good, he's got a 30-foot range. And he is there, so...
Rodak.
Yep. Rodak is gonna scooch up just a little bit so that he can flame that Drake. Where'd you go, buddy? There you are. Produce flame. So it's really accurate. And it barely scorches one of its scales.
So he was like, I have this scale. This one scale.
It is gone, man. But yes, it is Jet's turn.
Jet is going to stay where he is and hold his action for anything that steps within 80 feet of him, so that it's not like that
Okay.
extra disadvantage.
Right.
Sound good?
Okay. So the kobolds are going to run up to Tora, which will
Then
trigger...
my attack.
Yep, and Tora's also. So you can both do your attacks.
So you have sneak attack.
But you have to hit it
Which
first.
does not hit.
No, you have to hit it. Their AC is bigger than 8. Yes. They're scaly too,
Oh,
and they
it's
also
worth
have
trying.
blue scales like the other kobolds that you had seen before. Tora can see this being right up next to them as they are squinting their eyes and kind of like shielding, like using one hand to shield their eyes from the sun and using the other one to stab at Tora very badly. 1, 2. So 14 and 7, probably neither of those hit you. No, I know neither of those hit you. So it is the Drake's turn. He is going to stomp on up to Tora. His big fat lizard butt. And he is going to try to bite her and whack her with the tail. And he does not have disadvantage, but he still can't seem to hit. Bad job, bud. Big Willie.
Alright, I will chill touch the lizard.
Okay.
No!
No. He has no fear of death. It is Euros' turn.
Fire! Get away, you blue bastards! Fire! Throw fire, alchemist fire right there.
Okay.
To the kobolds.
This guy is apparently the least nimble kobold ever.
Wait, they both have disadvantage.
I don't think... Wait, did they have disadvantage on saves too?
No.
Attack... No, just attack and perception, so yeah.
Okay. So then one of them doesn't make it, the other makes it.
One of them really doesn't make it.
Yeah, this guy ducked.
And it hit the other one square in the head.
Yeah.
Which was then quickly engulfed in flames. And it is Falarion's turn.
What?
Sorry.
It died after 5 damage?
Yep. It's
I
just
will
a kobold.
move 30 feet to there. I will take out one short sword. Bonus action hex the blue kobold.
That's not kobold.
That's a Drake.
The Drake.
Yep.
The blue guy. And then I will shoot him with a Eldritch Blast.
Okay, he doesn't want you to.
So. Roll to attack. Hello.
Ah, yeah.
Chill out.
That will just
A second.
bounce right off his scales.
Alright.
Alright, so it is the other kobold's turn.
But he moved
Oh,
the
wait.
other one.
Yep, I put them both together. Well, anyway, I'll take this one off. Yeah, I'll take this one off. I'll leave that one on, and I will skip his turn this turn. And it is Kalima's turn again. She would like to bite this blue thing. Oops. Give me her sheet, please. Thank you. As she will look at Tora and get advantage from having a friend next to her.
Pack tactics, man.
So, 9, however, or an 11 is still not going to do it. Tora!
That is not Tora. Tora is going to smash her shield into the blue guy,
Okay.
No, don't. Yeah.
and then, after that, she is going to use her action surge to follow that up with a battle axe whack.
She already
Okay.
used it once.
Oh, that's right. I can't use it once per battle. It's just so ignore that.
Okay.
Just the shield.
So the shield, yeah, that'll hit. Okay, ouch.
Shield thing.
It is slightly injured. And it's Mira's turn.
Alright. Mira will come up. One more. It's giving me trouble moving my token. Sorry about that. Okay, so Mira will come up to here and look at the blue Drake and shout, "Pick on someone your own size. Cast cast vicious mockery and try to goad it into coming and attacking her.
Okay. Like, but no. Me like picking on small things. Is that wrong? Alright, Rodak buddy. You gotta produce flame in you. Not a useful one. He's trying not to hit Mira or Tora, and he just misses. So it's Jet's turn.
He is going to shoot for the Cobalt because he wants to take care of the Riffraff.
Okay.
But
Get rid of ads.
So yes, a 14 will hit. And
damn it.
exactly, very tidily and neatly drop him crumpled to the ground.
And then he will turn to Big Willie and yell, "Am I supposed to spare these ones too?"
Don't give me a sass, boy. I'll come over there and beat you with this stick.
This guy is going to continue eating. Well, no, he's going to continue failing to eat Tora, and it'll be Willie's turn.
I'll continue my attempt to grab him with my necrotic hand.
Yeah.
Much better.
He's definitely looking like he's starting to feel uncomfortable with this situation.
Feel cold.
And it is Euros' turn.
No! I'm gonna throw an alchemical acid, 14 DC.
Okay, let's see.
Nope.
He shrugs it off, and it is Valerian's turn.
I will take out my other short sword
Run at it.
as I run up to it. You will feel my blades.
He's like, nah, no thank you. I saw what you did to those lizards. I'm not scared. Ow, that hurt, man!
And we have another one down. Nope.
Oh, yeah, that one's not gonna do it, though. The kobold would get a turn, except somebody killed him, so... It's now Kalima's turn. She's gonna try to tear into this thing with her peck tactics. Munch, munch, munch. Oh yeah, there we go. She takes a chunk out of it.
11 DC, 11 DC.
And probably he's not knocked prone, but we'll just see. Boop. Oh, come on, dude. Really? You let a little coyote take you down? He is now on his knees in the sand. And it is Tora's turn.
Well, yeah, she is totally going to take advantage of that. I'm going to attempt to split its head open with my axe, since it's now within my reach.
Okay. And you have advantage, so that will hit. For 8 damage, it's, yeah, it's not looking good. It's, some of its... You don't break its head open, but you do crack its skull. You hear a splintering underneath your axe. And it will be Mira's turn.
Okay, Mira's gonna run up and smack it with her longsword.
Yes, you will. Because he is laying on the ground, helpless, prone, little leggies wiggling in the air. Rodak is going to try to come up behind Klima and hold an action, and it will be Jet's turn.
Who will also hold an action for if the Lidrake moves, so it's like if it gets up or moves, it's gonna shoot it.
Okay, so the very next thing that happens is that it stands up, which will trigger your attack. And a 17 will hit it. And it is not quite dead. It struggles to its feet. It takes an arrow in the ear, shakes it off, opens its mouth, tries one final time to bite Tora and slap her with its tail. It cannot do either. It's the blood streaming down its eyes is just blinding it. And it's Willie's turn.
Damn.
The hand slides off of its blood-slickened scales, and it is Euros' turn.
He screams very pitchily, very annoyingly.
And And it
It
stands
would be
there
quite chilly.
as the acid sinks into its
In
existing
itself
wounds
is fake.
and
It's like, no,
falls to the
I'm dead.
ground, never to move again. Um,
Fine.
I'm immediately coming over. Alright, is this a new thing? Like, has nobody seen this type of creature before? Or has it have been rumored?
uh, yeah, Rodak shakes his head. He's like, No, you know, we've scouted this area. We haven't seen anything like this before. This is
Alright, alright.
Can I do an Arcana check?
I'm gonna take this back to town. Whatever. is
Can I do
going
an
on here.
Arcana check to see if what I know about it, or history check, or
yeah, you can do Arcana checks if you want to do it here, or you know, and you can drag it back to town.
Tora's going to back up, ignore all of this boring talking stuff, and start inspecting her armor for dents.
So yeah, Euros, you know that these are related to dragons, and that they're not like naturally made creatures. Willie can tell you a little bit about the
so constructs.
ritual that goes through it. It's not constructs either; they're alive.
Not exactly constructs.
They're alive. They're just made through some kind of evil ritual involving a big pile of dragon scales, a bunch of meat, and uh, some evil chanting. And afterwards, you get an egg, and the egg hatches these little sort of dragon lizard guys.
So, what we can gather from this is the aforementioned kobolds that we got here might or might not be sponsored by a blue dragon. More than likely a big one, considering it takes a bit of scales off its own hide to make it. So this is a bit of an issue.
That probably means we're not done here in Crystal City.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel this drag. You should try and adjust my prayer. He starts mumbling. He just starts mumbling.
You also, I'm going to assume, search the bodies because nobody forgets to do that.
Valerian also like walks over to the kobolds and the blue drake and starts like measuring their heads to see how big they are.
Kobold's pretty small. The drake,
it's a dog.
it's like a big dog. It'd be like a Great Dane size.
Okay, because he's trying to see if he can get like a face mask made out of, you know, their head, their skull.
The kobolds would be more like a codpiece, but you could do a mask out of the.
Now, if anybody's gonna face of the Drake, I'm getting it. I killed it.
Well, nobody's.
Yeah.
I need to perform an autopsy on this damn.
It is pretty badly damaged between the biting and the slashing and the acid. There's not a lot of like
The skull.
recognize.
That
Yes,
skull.
the skull's a little bit shattered. The face is melted. It's in bad shape.
Yeah.
You know what killed it though. You don't really need an autopsy. You were there.
I'm gonna say autopsy. I'm just like do research. On
Yes,
it.
I know what you
There's
mean.
not much research done on these things.
No. I mean, people know about them. Wizards especially know about them because they're is part of when you study dragons. You know, you learn this stuff. They're very evil. You know, the whole thing. Everything about them is just pure evil. Like the ritual that's used to create them, and the way that who creates them. You know, it's only chromatic dragons that do this. Good dragons don't do this kind of thing.
Could you steal a whole bunch of gold dragon scales and make one out of one?
The scales have to be given freely to make one of these things.
Yeah.
So Willie, you're gonna cut this thing open and look in the.
Look, yeah.
That sounds neat. Can I watch?
Sure.
Can you assume there's some sort of cultist group out here? That
So,
Well, what you find on the bodies, because you would like to know what you found on the bodies. Between them, they have 12 gold pieces and one half of a dead mouse. It is the back half. There
Thanks for
is,
specifying.
yes, it's somebody wants skulls, and I'm sorry, but you got a tail on this one. You had a 50-50 chance, but they ate the tasty bit already. There is also a piece of, like a torn piece of paper. It's got like a diagram on it. There's a picture of a town. There's like some little tiny stick figures being chased by a bigger stick figure, pointing towards the, with arrows pointing towards the town. And in Draconic, it says, kill humans.
Oh, these crafty little buggers. They were herding the lizards into town.
Huh. Well,
And this was their sheepdog. Crafty little bastards.
I kicked the blue one for good measure.
Yeah. You're also aware with your wizardly lore that these things are pretty hard to make. Like, they kind of represent a pretty big investment. So, yeah, kobolds are not going to be your friends now that you've killed their guard dog.
Yeah.
They're not going to appreciate that.
I hope they don't have more of these, because they're quite expensive to make.
But yeah, that they don't know. Worst case scenario, they could have several. Best case scenario, this is the only one they have.
That would be great.
Well, regardless, it's not going to be very happy with this.
Oh, I'm sure they're not going to be happy with us anyway. We'll keep killing them. And we exist. That's the reason why they wouldn't take us.
Oh, you mean Euros keeps killing them?
hey, I haven't killed all of them. Just a lot of them.
Jen is going to make a perception check to see if there's any like tracks, or well, I guess that would be a survival check.
Yeah, survival check for following tracks. I mean, you could make a perception check to find them, but someone would have to make a survival to be able to follow them and see where they were going or where they came from. Yes, you spot tracks, and you can point them out to people.
So who's good at tracking? Look at those things.
They look like footprints.
You mean one of the two druids we have?
Yeah, weirdly, druids don't seem to have survival as a skill. Which seems kind of dumb, but there you go. Oh, he's still pretty good at it. Rodak will look at it. Kalima is busy ripping this kobold into shreds and eating it.
Ew.
You really get into the role, don't you?
Yeah, she's been acting a little strangely lately. This is kind of par for the course for how it's been. But Rodak, on the other hand, he's looking pretty worried. And he's like, yeah, they came from this way. I can follow them if you want, but this looks like a kind of a big problem.
Probably.
We should probably at least find out where their home base is, so we can come back to them easier.
So you're saying make a map.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Map back.
he also suggests that you approach stealthily because kobolds, they like to lay traps. And if you're caught...
I ain't great at stepping in eggshells, but
He's gonna make
give
a...
it a try.
So all stealthy. Wow.
Oh yeah, see? He's like...
Oh my God.
He's like, do it like this. And Willie's like this?
But everyone goes better than the rogue.
And the coyote, who's so busy tearing apart kobold that she lets out a howl. Luckily, it's a coyote howl, so nobody really expects it to be a party of adventurers, and it doesn't really break your stealth.
So she's at the back line, Edward just turns back and looks at her.
Jet will also be making investigation check.
Okay, what are you
That was a
investigating?
lot better. For looking for traps on the way.
Oh, okay, good. That's a good thing that you did that, because indeed, there are traps on the way. And,
Sorry, I rolled that for a real one.
okay. We'll say after each trap that you find, I'll have you make a new roll. So you find a deadfall that's been set up, and the tracks have been, like, faked, like they went through it. So Rodak is starting to follow them, and you're just like, Y'all go around the deadfall.
Don't step on that.
And again, not too far later, Rodak is carefully following the trail, and he starts to step on what is, to you, not even a very well-painted piece of canvas. that's covering a pit. But apparently it's good enough to fool the druid. Um,
Just gonna grab him by his collar and be like, not that one either.
so you steer him around the pit. Give me.
Actually, they don't even have to be false tracks. They could just be like almost be so light that they don't even trigger their own traps.
And finally, as Rodek is about to put his foot into a snare trap, you again grab him, steer him around it, and he is not ensnared. So you've traveled about 4 hours at this point. The sun is starting to go down, and you have reached a small outcropping of rocks with a little. Yeah. Oh yeah. They want to kill you. So yeah, here I sort of have a map for this one, so I'll go ahead and show it to you. Looks like this.
Great, we're going back down in the tunnel. Fantastic.
We're not going in there. There's probably a dragon. We're not going in there.
I'll look into the mouth of the cave.
I will listen.
Okay, so just go ahead and roll it, or I guess I can just look at your passive perception too. That would also tell me a thing.
Passive is 10, so it might
Not
be better
great.
just to roll a regular perception.
Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and try to perceive the mouth of that thing. Yeah, so this time, man, your arm is just like, you've totally got that mom arm thing, you know? Like, you're just like, no, stop, stop, stop. And you stop Valerian right before he snags a tripwire, and you point, you just silently run your finger along the tripwire where it's connected to a whole bunch of bones in the ceiling that will clatter and bang together if you trip them. You can't see very far into the mouth of the tunnel. The sunlight, especially getting dark as it is now, doesn't penetrate very far.
I have dark vision.
Oh yeah, so you can see. Well, you still can't see very far, but you can see the cavern, which this little entryway isn't very big. It's only like.
I also have devil's sight, so 120 feet.
Oh dear. Well, that's exciting. So Valerian is checking out the entryway. You can see in there. You can see that two tunnels. It kind of forks into a Y. There's a tunnel that leads off to the northeast and one that leads off to the northwest. So you just can't see very far back because there's, the angle just doesn't work. But you don't see anything back there. But what you do see is Jet accidentally, he's trying to untie the wire, and he gives it a solid yank, but he yanks the wrong end, and all the bones clatter together. And you hear some yipping from deep within the cave.
Run.
Hide.
Can we climb over these walls? Are they like large enough?
You'd have to move back a little bit. You can climb over them like here or south of here.
Well, I was
Then
already
I will
moving on
guard
top.
this
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just go over here. Hiding here.
Are you able to climb up that high?
Oh, I was already up here.
Yeah, he was already over here.
He decided to take this path.
Yeah. He's been moseying along as you've all been checking out the cave. He's just like, what's up here?
Should we try to hide before anything comes out?
You can certainly try, yes.
How
You
high
can
is
always
this
try.
one?
5 feet. Maybe a little bit less, maybe like 4 feet.
Well, I can hide behind it then.
So, since I'm taller than everybody else, can I just climb up here, or
Um,
is it too high?
you'd have to scooch back a little bit. Like, you could probably do it from here.
You
Yeah.
can make an athletics check to like just.
Yeah, actually you could. Go ahead and make an athletics check, see how you do. Yeah, not great. So if you want to go up here, difficult terrain.
Oh, Tora!
Tora disappears. You have
That is the
no idea where she went.
stealthiest that I will ever be because I have disadvantage on stealth too.
That is literally the stuff. Yeah, Rodak is kind of tromping and stomping over here.
It's really hard for me to hide.
It
I am the
is.
biggest member of the party.
Let's
Can I
see.
see?
You just gotta let fly
Ready
Hope
to
you
shoot
get some-
anything that comes out.
Yep.
It's threatening.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, assuming that you surprise them, you will have a surprise round. Oh, there we
I
go.
got
Oh.
21 stealth, so.
Oh, wait, so she had a 9 on her stealth roll, because I rolled the wrong thing, but that's fine. And, okay, so let's see. Numbers. Mira is making a bunch of noise and jumping around.
I've still got that bell belt on
Yeah.
that Jet gave me. I'm like trying to stuff it away in my back so it doesn't make noise.
It's like jangle, 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 jangle. Okay, Jet's quiet. Valerian's quiet. Willie is, noisy.
Too big to hide. Too big to hide in the middle of the desert.
Tora's quiet, Euros is quiet, and the wolf is noisy. Okay, well,
No, Tora's not quiet. Tora's just disappeared.
yeah, Tora's gone. You don't know where she went. Nobody has a passive enough to see her. You might.
This will never ever happen again.
Uh,
Or walks up any walls, she is gone.
so,
It's the wall.
Yeah.
It's the wall.
So after not very long, basically you have maybe 10 seconds to scramble out of the way and try to find a hiding place, and a gate slams into place across the thing here, and you hear some rocks being shoved up against it. So yeah.
No, they barricaded the door shut.
That doesn't make any sense.
And in Draconic, you heard some yipping about, hide, there, something's attacking, quick, block it off. And then, yeah,
Now that makes sense.
it's like woven out of vines that have been dried and hardened to make them like wooden, basically. So yeah, there's a big viney plug there with a bunch of rocks around it. You
Well,
can.
since they sufficiently barricaded themselves in, I think it's safe to start making our map.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe camp out and go after them in the morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you bring up camping gear?
He has a point.
Cadet has a mule.
Did you bring the mule with you?
No.
I mean, it's sand. It's soft enough.
Yes, but do you want to be sitting in the middle of here while it's freezing cold? Below zero?
In the middle of Kobo territory?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't recommend it.
and I'm not gonna set fire. Not them right there.
Well, it's a 4-hour walk back. So, do we want to walk back in the dark? Do we want to
Yeah.
just go in there now? What do we want to do?
I kind of want to burn the plug.
Here, we might as well take care of them while we're here.
He has a point.
I don't have any spells.
You
Do
have
I-
cantrips.
You could pour alchemist's fire on their plug and burn it. That could be
Oh
fun.
no, I got acid for that.
Yeah, but it's like wooden, so it's burnable.
Yeah, but the acid's better, trust me.
Oh,
Rocks are
The
not.
acid's built for destroying things. Fire
yeah.
isn't.
Rocks are not burnable, so.
Yeah, but acid doesn't cause smoke.
Yeah, but trust
Yeah.
me, the acid's built for destroying things. We can use the acid. So are we going in?
All in favor of going in?
Well, since I guess, yeah. I mean,
All in favor, going inside. Say pie.
Pie.
Hi.
Hi!
Oh gosh, we got her up again.
Free vote. Free vote.
Uh-oh. Oh gosh.
fine.
Okay.
Y'all better not go down.
I've got
Oh, I got
3
something
healing
to
potions.
I got,
Got 3 whole healing potions.
and I got
Yeah.
some healing drought to help him.
Okay, I can do a bit of healing, but I have to be able to get to you and touch you to be able to do it.
Ooh, the druids have good berry by chance.
They do, yeah.
Alright, I think we're good.
Let's
We go down, just shove a berry in our mouth.
see.
Okay, so Euros is gonna walk all the way. Sorry, gonna walk all the way. Yeah.
Um,
What?
Drag and drop.
What are you laughing about?
Whoa, it's like magic.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What? No, I actually. Wait, you didn't see me do the whole.
We did.
We did.
Saw.
I was laughing at the your choice to do that rather than just move him over quickly.
Because
he has to be accurate.
yes, exactly.
You're really getting into the character.
Yep. And Yas is just gonna take out and just gonna put both his hands in his pouch, fling out chemical acid, then fling another one, and then fling another, just continuously fling out chemical acid. Because he has an infinite amount. Because alchemists are defective. So he's just gonna keep throwing them and throwing them and throwing them until he's just disintegrated a pretty big hole.
Okay. Oops.
By
let
pretty big, I
me-
mean big enough so that Big Willie won't have a problem.
I'm already gonna have a problem.
Remember, they deal max damage. And do you want me to, like, roll, see how many I can get out in a second? Or a couple of seconds?
I mean, you can just dab it on the side of the leg off. Or we can just go to the next map.
that works too.
I can burn a hole for
You already saw that.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you all were aciding the stuff.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna get you all together. You're not gonna be able to see anything for a minute. Don't worry about it. Well, you can't see anything because I haven't shown you the map yet. So that's why you can't see anything right now. Oops. I guess I don't really take that with
Did
this.
anyone bring torches? Because mine are on my back.
Oh,
I have dark vision.
Oops. Sunsticks, they last for 6 hours.
yeah. And I think yeah, Euros is gonna carry it because they're his.
If you like to share with class, sir.
We have 5. I'm sorry, 5. We can't just use all of them.
So
Are you-
you're going to be the frontline part of it, sir?
How long do they last?
6 hours.
Where
Are you
is
kidding me?
No.
Pop one.
Yeah, of course. I am using one.
Here we go. Reveal areas.
All right, who does not have dark vision?
It really does not.
Mirrored.
Polygon reveal. There we go.
Mira does or does not?
Does.
Kind of.
Okay.
I don't believe I do. I will check, but I don't think I do.
No, gnomes don't.
Yeah.
Flurry! We don't
Oh
have to-
wait, no, gnomes do. Gnomes do. Halflings don't.
Oh, so I do have dark vision, so I'll just give it to the Jet. Or I'll give it to who can't see this.
Hang on.
Give it to Jet.
Oh. I see. I have put the map on the wrong layer. Let me put it on the map layer. There you go. Now you can see it.
Question.
Yes.
When I put this thing in my mouth, the sunstick, will it poison me in any
Oh no, it's not in your mouth. It's literally a stick.
Yes,
that
if I hold it in my mouth so I can use my bow, will it poison me?
if you bite down
I mean, I can hold on to it for you if you want. I got a free hand.
Alright. Will it happen?
or you
Okay.
could just, have it hanging out of your pocket. It's pretty bright. You can really
Diminish a pop?
probably could. I don't know how big it is. I'm assuming it fits in this pocket, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a sunstick, it's like, I don't know, about as long as, well, not your hand is small, but about as long as a human hand. It's just like a short little stick with a cap on the end.
Tie a rope around the middle of it and attach it to your clothing.
So I don't have the syndrome.
I'm a person, I do not.
Okay, from now on, we need to add camping equipment, rope, a bunch of other stuff into.
I wasn't expecting to go camping. All my stuff set back home.
We should have just put it in here just in case.
I have an explorer's pack. Would I have brought it with me?
I would think you would, yes.
Then I have rope.
You have your regular pack.
Jet will borrow some rope and make a necklace out of this
I have dark vision.
So Jen is now a glowing man. With a
Wait, what? You're glowing?
well, he's got a glow stick on his chest, so
Oh,
he's
cool.
kind of glowing.
Yeah, you're glowing.
Hey, Eurus, do you have any more of those glowing potions? Somebody could drink one of those.
I only have 6, and I ran out of the greens for making them, and they're for the festival. So, oh wait, festival's going on right now. Crap.
Is
Ash.
it still going on?
No, it would be over by now.
So he says, "Hey, anybody want to be this one's pink. Anyone want to be fluorescent pink? No, no take.
A hot pass on me.
Let's see, we got neon blue. Ooh, we got that color, but that's for Tora later.
That is a trade-off.
We got neon green.
See anything.
Yeah. So we got that one.
That one's not important. Let's get going.
Let's see. We got a moon white. Anybody want a moon white?
Could we just
Okay.
continue?
Are you all trying to... Yes, you are sneaking. Okay, good. Then you notice them before they notice you. So Jet, you can see this, but they cannot see you. Let me reveal area. Obviously, I've not done lighting on this map, so you're going to have to put up with Fog of War.
No problem. We kind of
Boop.
fast-tracked this storyline, didn't we?
Yes, I was not expecting you to follow the druids today. But that's fine. We can do that. Oh, right. You can't see them because they're on the GM layer. Hang on. Token layer. You can see these 3 kobolds here. There's one kobold that's like mixing things and pounding things and smashing things together on a workbench, and then there's 2 other kobolds that are handing him things when he yells at them.
Jen is going to come back
That
here.
seems so very familiar. I wonder where I've seen it before.
Whisper, let them know that there are 3 kobolds ahead. Get ready to attack.
Wait, there's 3 of them together.
Yes.
Let me turn off the fire first. Then. Why am I sideways?
Can we ready actions?
I know.
You'd have a surprise round. The rest of you just need to sneak up on them. So everyone go ahead and roll stealth.
I rolled stealth.
Yep.
Also, do you guys like my Euros?
Oh gosh.
No.
Yes, I love your voice.
So this time Willie and Tora are being quiet. Oops. Wait, why did he just roll? Not him.
Yeah,
Why?
I got a 17. That's nice.
Why did that even open?
Moving my token.
There we go. Dex save for
Mira
you.
did not take off
Excuse
her bells and instead tripped with them.
No, they stole
Last
it
time
on
was
back.
causes, took him off, and tripped.
Luckily, there are just enough of you to make the stealth check that you will all get a surprise round. So everybody roll initiative. They will roll initiative. And they're pretty good at it.
7.
That's solid.
Is that everyone? Yeah, okay. Cool. Descending. Kobolds are surprised, so it's Willie's turn. Wait a second.
Did somebody change mine? Because I had a 9 and I didn't change it. That's weird.
Mira's meant to be on, but Mira's not on.
Oh,
I
weird.
wonder if
Oh,
did
probably
we
she
put
clicked.
mine instead.
Yeah. Okay, so Mira, click your token and then re-roll your initiative, and Tora, you just fixed yours. Okay, good.
I'm a wacky.
Sorry, we're all in there together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happens.
Nope, you don't get 16 or 13.
Let's
Nice
see.
try.
Put her right under Big Willie.
Boop. There you go. Okay. Yes, the guy who is inventing wildly.
Chill touch.
Oh, well,
Mhm.
that's certainly a thing you can do to him as he drops dead
Yeah, essentially the chill
before
touch
he
is
even
back
turns
and
around.
smashes against the table.
He collapses and the other 2 kobolds look around in horror like, what is happening? Mira.
Okay, Mira will run up to there, look at that one, and viciously mock him.
Your scales
just go, surprise! And you'd be like, fuck, Chuck.
Surprise, bitch! That's what I do.
He will scream, eek!
Some fries, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. Alright.
Yeah, so DC.
Oh, right. Yes, he needs to roll that. I was waiting for you to roll, but yes, right. He's just... Nope, that's not who it is. It's just a regular kobold. Okay, great. Fantastic. It has screwed up the things again, but that's fine. He's still rolling an 11. And he will, yes, take the 2 damage as he shrieks in terror. And he yells, intruders, intruders, quick, help! And then it's Tora's turn.
She's going to run up to here and smack the further north kobold with her axe. Once again, I hit Mara. I always grab hers instead of mine first.
Keep your hands on your own tokens.
Nothing like.
Yeah, there he is. Cloven in twain.
And then I'm going to turn to the other kobold, smile, and say, "You want some?"
Yeah.
He's like, nope, nope, nope. Valerian.
I should be before.
I will
oh,
move
yeah.
here.
Let's see that.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So
If
I
there's a
will
next round, I'll
here,
fix it then.
and I will blast this kobold.
Okay.
Point blank range.
It's not point blank. He's 5 feet away. However, 6 will not do it. Need to work on those Eldritch Blasts.
I need to work on everything.
You really do.
Okay, for
Don't worry,
those.
my rolls might look better once my charisma goes up.
Yes. It's always getting that first boost. And Euros.
I need that ingredient. He's gonna run up and throw alchemical acid in this kobold's face.
Okay.
So, you know, basic stuff. 14 DC.
Okay. Oops, give me a second. Sorry. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's the wrong... Oh, no, good. This one has the right one. 14 DC of a dexterity. Normally he'd be much better at that. Today, not his day.
Not so.
No, not today.
He has to get acid damage to his face.
He's hurting, and it's Jet's turn.
Do you no longer have advantage for surprise round, or
No,
No, it's
they're
surprise.
no, they're not. Once they get a turn in the initiative, they're not surprised anymore. So they're not surprised. They just don't get to act. So yeah, not surprised. Sees you now.
But there is a bunch of people around this guy. So
Yes.
I will also mention that Kalima and Rodak did not get
Oh, yeah.
roll.
You're right. They didn't, but I don't think it matters on this one. I think you're gonna be okay without them.
Well, he's not dead yet, so it's one of those.
Oh yeah. Well, with a 6 now.
Come up and do anything.
Yeah. So she will run up, but she can't really get through everybody. And Rodak though can produce flame at him, so he'll go ahead and do that. 1 flame. Boop. And with one very precisely placed flame, he will end the final kobold.
That's what I was hoping for.
So at this point, Yara's just ignoring everybody. Is just gonna go and start just taking everything he can from the alchemy, the seemingly alchemy stuff, and just
Roll
throwing it.
roll a d6.
Okay. Well, he's just throwing everything into his guy.
Well, I'm just telling you what you find. So a 3. Okay.
No, 2. It's a 2. Not a 3. It's a 2. Right?
Okay.
No. What,
No, you
sorry,
rolled a 3
2.
first. That's fine. So let's see. And I was gonna say roll a second one, but you did roll a second one. Good. Okay, so that tells me what you found. So you will find 1 alchemist fire, 1 acid, and 1 pot of green slime. That looks like it could be useful.
What?
Green slime.
Ah. So he's gonna take the alchemist acid and fire and go, hey,
Yes, Jet.
it's like, Mira, here, take one of these, or take them both. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Jad is gonna hush everyone because one of the kobolds did cry for help, and he's going to try and re-enter stealth with 14.
Okay.
Your squirrel follows suit. And become stealthy again.
Let's see.
Both of them.
Why has this happened? Alright, I think what I need to do... Yep, that's what I need to do, is delete this character sheet.
Well, to be honest, he's probably... Wait. Yeah, it just... He'll hand both of them to you.
And
Oh,
this character
fire,
sheet...
that's like 1d4.
Fire is... Oh, gosh. I'm going to go... They're not my alchemical fires, so they're not good. They're not 1d6.
No, they're 1d4, but it's over time.
1d6. But,
You, get over there. Roll 20 is bugging out for me again. Great.
Acid. As a action, you can file... you can splash contents of a creature within 5 feet of you, or throw the vial 20 feet, shattering it on impact. In either case, make a ranged attack against a creature or an object. They take 2d6 acid damage. And alchemist fire. 24 damage at the start of each turn, and they can make a DC 10 check.
Gotcha. And this would be a dex-based attack, right?
Yep. Well, it's not even attack. It's a DC. Well, the first one is a ranged attack. The other one is a just DC, I think. Oh no, you're right. It's a throwing attack. It's a dex attack for both.
Okay.
It's a dex throwing attack for both. You only have one of them though. One of each.
Okay, roll 20 has given me a terrible time here. Give me just a moment.
Terrible terrors? Give you a terrible terror time?
Yes. It's just thrown me into a completely different game.
I could have gained recovery.
Yeah, you would have. I mean, you would have had a short rest between all that time. So, you know, go ahead and recover your arcane.
Okay.
That's interesting, Eros.
Sorry, I was watching something.
We noticed.
I didn't think it was picking up. I'm sorry.
Everything's picking up, including the crackle.
Okay, let's see. Did that work? Let's see. Oh boy, okay. Pretty close to working. Cool. That's much better. Alright. He's over here, doing his thing. He's got one of these guys with him. Cool.
We stop.
Okay, sorry.
Do you have push to talk or something?
Yeah, I turned it off because it was getting annoying. Sorry. I'll stop now.
Sit on your hands. That's what my mom always told me.
But then I can't use them.
That was the point.
Does a 14 consider a good stealth thing? We'll find out.
Yeah. So,
I think 17's a good stealth thing.
yeah, go ahead and do some stealthing if you'd like to do that. I am still trying to get everything re-fixed here, so yeah, bear with me just another moment. Also make a perception check.
I did an investigation.
Oh, what was it?
14.
Okay, cool. You see a little tiny lizard skitter across the floor. Climbs up the wall.
Does it look dangerous?
No.
I will throw a dagger at it anyway.
Your ass is gonna come up and just put his hand, like, just gonna go, nope.
I already said it.
Okay, let's see. A dagger. Oh yeah, you hit it, you spear it, it's stuck in the wall, it just kind of goes morning. And
Turns out it was an ancient dragon showtime.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go back and
it
take my
wasn't that.
dagger back and leave the bloody lizard on the floor.
Um, Actually, I take it back. It is not. It is neither speared nor bloody. It has disappeared.
Disappeared.
Yep, it's
I'm
gone.
gonna turn to Willie and be like, "Does that mean something?"
That was a familiar, if anything.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check. Or I'm gonna do a check. Can I do a check?
You can do an Arcana check. Yeah. I mean, Willie knows it's a familiar. Like he's already.
That's a familiar.
Someone with a familiar would definitely be. Yeah, you don't know, but Willie is telling you it's a familiar.
So
Oh,
what is
and by the way, they know that you just killed it.
Well, would they have been able to see through
Yeah.
it? So they would have seen us anyway.
More or less, yeah.
So it's a good thing I killed it, so it won't be able to spy on us anymore.
Okay. And I will unfog of war this. I'm still having a problem getting this jerk over here. Get onto the board, please. Thank you. Gosh. Oh, and it's a blank sheet. Roll20 promised me that this bug was fixed, but they lied. Okay, I'll just delete him.
So I'm going to pick up my dagger and I guess follow where the lizard came from, because that's more likely where it's from, correct?
Oh yeah, well, you're gonna see something as soon as I unfog of war it, so you can stop moving.
Okay.
I'm just having problems getting this thing to work. I'm gonna try one more time, and if I can't, you're just gonna get a different kind of monster. Oh look, and that time it's gonna work. Good job, Roll20. Maybe it'll work. Yep, okay. Please put it on the board so that my friends can fight it. There we go. There we go. Okay, yes, that is what I would like you to do. Thank you. Cool. Now I will open up this cavern so you can see what you can see. Fog of War, Polygon Reveal.
You're walking through the wall, Euros.
Yeah, you just walked through the wall. You don't want to do that.
Sorry.
Boop.
Oh gosh.
Hey, it's our lizard friends.
Yes, so there's some lizards. These lizards are not, in fact, green. They look more like, you know, like the deserty brown horned lizards. They look like those. They have spikes.
Those are lizard folk.
And they are driving before them two big lizards to come eat you.
17 stealth.
They are aware of you. Well, someone's aware of you. Neither of these guys look like... Well, they look like they've been alerted
Oh, I
to your
didn't know it was-
presence.
Oh,
Oops.
Don't worry, you can just do it.
I
Alright.
like that one better. I keep bet.
No.
Hey, I actually rolled decently for once.
You're at 4.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Carry on.
So this guy is most...
I'm gonna repeat my statement.
The guy in the water has 75% cover from you, as his body is mostly under the water. You could just see his kind of like eyes poking out, and part of his head. Oh, and and he gets to go first. Well, never mind all that, because he's going to drag his body out of the water, and walk right up to Jet and try to bite his face. Let's see. He's got a
I'm glad these aren't giant these aren't giant toads.
he's got a choice of Jet and Euros, and he's gonna pick Jet.
Oh, can he see me? I'm so.
Yes.
Yes, he's standing right next to you, and the lizard definitely saw you. Oh, you, yes. He can see both of you. Wait, no, that is not a lizard. Why are you giving me a scale sorcerer sheet? Oh, come on. You had the
Every
lizard.
creature in here is a scale
It
sorcerer.
is. It is all of a sudden. Okay, great, fine. I will roll it my own self. A bite is, what is it, +4 to hit, 1d8 plus 2. 1d 20 plus 4. Haha. He is going to roll a 17 to bite you. For 1d8 plus 2 damage. 5 damage. As he chomps right down. Licks you with his gross lizardy tongue. And then it's Willie's turn.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna do the try and true.
Oh yeah, that's gonna touch him.
Touch you.
Touching an inappropriate please?
No, I just poked him in the eye. Poke.
Squints one eye and just grunts. Alright, this guy, he is going to need to climb around him. So 10, 20, 30. He's gonna swim, I think, then.
So, yeah. In another game I play a lizard folk. And I know exactly what that stoplight is. And it's not pretty.
So he cannot actually get around this stupid lizard who's in his way. So he'll just have to stand back here and throw a javelin.
Oh, is this like a cliff?
It's like a tiny bit of one.
Okay,
It's just like an edge. It's not a cliff, it's just like an edge. This part goes down into the water, like slopes down to the water. The pathway goes underneath the water. Over here, it's more like a hard edge. It's not. It's only maybe a foot above the water. Right. What was he doing? He was throwing a javelin at at Jet. He's gonna help his lizard you buddy. So one javelin thrown. Yes, there we go.
Yep.
5 piercing damage, and then it will be Tora's turn.
Is he down? You down? Down?
Oh, 1 HP.
Alright, Tora is going to race through the cave.
Oh, I got that 15, but I got 4.
Stand here. She's going to slam her fist into her armor and say, "Come and get me."
Okay.
And she's just going to stand there because that's farther than I can actually run and attack at the same time.
Okay, Euros.
Heroes is going to take a step here and say, "Fire!" And
Okay.
throw fire at this one, which hits this one, and this one.
Okay.
Nice.
So that'll be 2 dex saves for them,
No lizard folk, they probably might try to eat it.
and a dex save for him. What's his dex? Oh, come on.
Not good. It was like +2.
Oh, this is weird. It won't even let me. Okay, fine. Yeah, we're gonna say it's a +2 because that's probably right. Yeah, I think there's only a +1, so subtract 1 from this number. Oh, you don't even have to. Great. He's gonna dodge. He's gonna dodge, but the lizard foot in the back, he's gonna take it.
You didn't see it coming because the other two ducked.
So what is that?
Sorry, not one hit.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Anyways, and that will be his turn.
Okay. So now it's guy in the back's turn. He can't get through either, but he can see Tora around, like, through this lizard's legs. So he'll try to throw a javelin at her. Boop. Poorly. He doesn't want to hurt his lizard buddy, you know? The lizard, he does kind of prod it from behind, so it'll scooch over a bit. And it's going to reach down and bite Tora. It is not a sorcerer still. It is not a sorcerer. 1d20 plus 4. 23 will hit you.
Oh, wow.
1d8 plus 2. As he crunches around your shield, biting into your arm for 6 points of damage. Oh, and it's the guy you can't see.
Khajiit looks very injured.
Yep.
That is my point in life.
Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. He's going to do that. Okay, cool. He's going to tell me what his DC is. 12. Okay, cool. So he's going to come up here. 10, 20, sure, 30. He's going to check the range on this thing. It is 90 feet, 20 foot square. So a bunch of plants grow up around your feet.
Oh, entangled.
Where are you? Spell effects, please. Plants. Where are my plants? Oh, tangle. Here we go. And
Strength save.
10, 20. Oh, he's not going to get his buddy, so it will miss Tora. It's just going to go Euros, Jet, and Mira will need to make a DC 12 strength save.
Hey,
Nice.
Mira is so shocked she just stands there and lets herself be entangled.
Okay.
Euros.
I know. Okay.
So
Do this.
you
Strength save.
are restrained, which just means that your speed is 0, attacks have advantage, your attacks have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dex. Move back and yeah. So Euros and Mira, you are entangled. You can't move.
And then this becomes difficult terrain.
And yep, Jet. It's for you. It's just difficult terrain. Mira.
Well, Mira is very vexed that she can't get to Jet to do a cure wounds on him, so instead she's going to viciously, I think, viciously mock that lizard there. And you say, I've seen geckos more threatening than you.
Yeah, finally gecko.
Now we're gonna add 1 to this. It does not matter. He is mocked.
Thank God we're level 2, because now Jack can just go cutting action 5 inches.
And it's just turn.
Alright, like I said, cutting action, disengage, going 10, 20, 30,
Okay.
Not.
and then he's gonna just hide behind Mirror and shoot an arrow at in front of him.
Okay.
The druids do not have initiative again.
Oh gosh darn it! Thank you.
Oh, gee, darn it.
But I was looking and I saw Valerian at 0. I'm like,
Nope.
nobody's behind Valerian.
Do you want
Okay. So let's see.
Valerian rolled at 0?
Yes, he
Well,
did.
I rolled a 2, but I have a negative 2, so
I am impressed. That takes some doing, man.
All right. Pokey back here. 10, 20. Yeah, he'll have to stop there and throw a spear at Tora.
Oh, oof, this is a fight we're not gonna win.
But he'll miss. And yeah, Valerian, and then I'll give the druids their turn, and then I'll reorder.
alright, so I will move 10, 20, 30, pull out 1 short sword, and then fire an Eldritch Blast at this guy.
Okay. No.
Can you check your Eldritch Blasts? Make sure that they're working properly?
Yeah.
Next time fire one off, I will whisper sweet nothings to my fingertips.
Wait. Don't you add your charisma to hit?
No.
I have a 0
Yeah.
charisma.
He does, yes.
I only have a +2 from my proficiency bonus.
Why
Why
are
are
you
you
a
a
warlock?
Because he has a negative to everything.
Oh, that's
Why
right.
are you a warlock?
Let's see.
Doesn't matter what class I would have chosen, my stats would have still been crap.
Oh, the druid has also turned into a kobold scare sorcerer. That's something I really wanted to happen. Fine. He's going to produce
The
flame.
druid is a kobold now?
Yep. Let's see if Kalima's affected. I bet she is too. Ah, everybody's a kobold. This is very annoying. Roll 20. You are annoying me. Fine. This is a produce flame. He's gonna shoot it really well. Well, that's not the right damage. It should be. I think it's a D8 for a.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So we will roll the damage correctly. He does not get 2d6. He will instead do one tiny damage as he scorches the lizard in the back.
That's more like his scorching rays.
And oh right, and Kalima can't really do much because she is a coyote. Oh wait, she wouldn't be a coyote anymore. It's been 4 hours. She's a person now. Oh dear, and I've accidentally deleted her, but that's okay. She can be a wolf.
Disappeared from the world.
She can be. Maybe she can be a spider. Probably it's going to be a scale sorcerer. Want to bet?
Yep. I want to bet. I want to bet my bag holding in Wisconsin. She's still going to be a kobold scale sorcerer.
Alright, well, fine. It won't even pull a token out for her.
Oh, wow.
But let's see. Their movement is. Alright, what can I use? I can use. This dead kobold is now Kalima. Fine. You're not the boss of me. Roll 20. I can make do without you. And it is going to have a move of what's its speed? Webwalker. Yes, thank you. Challenge rating. Senses, skills, speed. 40 feet. So she's going to climb up on the ceiling and go. So that'll be 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40. Where she's going to drop down onto this lizard's head and bite it.
As a tiny?
No, she's a giant wolf spider.
Ah.
So let's see.
She likes dark.
I'm sensing a wolf theme.
Yep.
The other one was a coyote. It wasn't a wolf. 1d20 plus 3. Oops, that's not how you roll dice. There we go. 13 to hit. Does that hit Mr. Lizard? It does. 2d6 poison. Or no, 2d6. Oh, it has to make a con save. So, 9 points, except it gets a con save, which... Oh, good! Good. So it's decided the lizard is a giant wolf spider now. Just nothing means anything anymore. I'm pretty sure they have the same con, so he'll take half of that, so he'll take 4 poison damage. Sure, why not? Alright, let me reorder the turns here, and it will be Giant Lizard's turn. Except that he's a wolf spider now. He's going to... Oh, he kind of wants to bite Tora. Let's see who he bites.
Giant wolf lizard.
But he's going to bite Euros.
Crap.
With
For...
advantage.
with advantage because he is restrained. But does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
Okay, so he misses. Even though you're restrained. And the other one is still nudging him out of the way, so he will move over 5 feet. Which means Tora can take an A-up on him.
Nice. Wild swing with the black battle axe. And I don't still have
Inspiration?
inspiration, do I?
No.
No. Yep.
10 minutes.
Worth a try.
So it's Willie's turn.
Alright, let's see if we can poke the other eye.
You can, yes.
And
I-
then you
Very gently.
tickle it. Just a nice little scratch on the head.
Kind of,
Well, I
it,
do that annoying scratch on the eye. It like slightly stings. It's like, ah.
its eye waters a little bit. 10, 20, 30. Nope, you can't move there either. He can climb up on his lizard, though. He can ride it. So he's going to mount the lizard, and that's all he can do from there, but he can throw a javelin down to Tora. Oh, except he's a giant wolf spider now, because why not?
You all identify as giant spiders.
That's fine. I am accepting of their lifestyle. 13 does not hit her, so it will be Tora's turn.
Alright. Well, I'm thinking standing in one place is probably a really good idea.
Yep. It's the perfect idea.
I thought that you guys back behind my armor would think that. So she's just going to kind of two-hand her battle axe and slam it down on the lizard in front of her. And miss terribly.
Yes. Not terribly, but yes. Missing. Eurus.
Good with the 11s today.
Wait. So is that Cobalt right there? Sorry, not Cobalt.
Lizard. Yeah.
Is he like more? Is he right there, or is he like just technically part of the same
Yeah.
place?
No, he's there. I mean,
He's on top of it.
yeah. He's also 5 feet up, which I guess wouldn't make a difference. 5 feet up is... Oh, no, he'd be 10 feet up because the lizard is big. So, yeah, even if you throw it, it'll only hit the lizard's legs. It won't hit him up above it.
So I will. Well, unless I throw it on top of those, but then
Yeah.
that just
Then it wouldn't hit the other 3 guys. So, yes, you're going to hit
So I
those
will
3
try.
guys.
right there, which hits the lizard and those 3 guys.
Okay, let's do... So, 1, 2, 3 for them. 2 of them are going to make it. 1 is going to fail. That was Mr. 2.
Who's
Well,
number
and
two?
lizard. And lizard.
Yeah, the wizard has he's the same one. I haven't done the giant lizard yet, which is only 1d20 plus 1. And it will also fail, so it's going to take 3. Oops. There we go. Okay, so everybody is slightly on fire back there. They would like to get out of the way. And Rodak is... Oh, yes.
Huh?
Was there something else?
It takes an action to get out of my restraints, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just figured.
Yep. Okay, Rodak is going to throw fire at them poorly. He's going to fail. Lizard folk. Which one is that? That's the one way back there. 5... 15, 25, oh perfect, 30. He can get past. And he sees a nice line of sight to Euros. Are you going to be able... No, you're going to be a giant wolf spider. Okay.
Like I said, they identify as active. No.
11 will just... Oh, he has advantage though because you're restrained. 15. That doesn't hit you, does it? Euros?
Yeah, that does not hit me.
Okay, yep, you're a 16. Okay, so he does nothing effective. This giant lizard, this guy is prodding him, and so he finally, he can't take another step forward though, because that little guy's in his way. So he'll just take a bite of Tora. No, he won't, actually. Finally,
Who will gum Tora?
dude in the back. Wait. Oh, that's interesting. It decided to give him the druid spells, but otherwise... Okay, sure. Sure.
Sure.
What?
Oh, no, he actually does have those spells. Okay, and he's concentrating, though, so he can't do any of the fun things. He will just have to produce flame himself. He's much better at it than Rodak, apparently. So, Tora, you're very much on fire.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna need some healing if I'm going to continue
One.
being,
Hit point.
Yeah, I know.
He is going to slip into the water, so he's partially submerged. And it will be Mira's turn.
I've not got any spells left, so I mean I have to physically reach people to do any sort of healing. So I guess I have to try to break the restrain.
Yep, so you can use strength or athletics or acrobatics. Easily. You free yourself, you can move, but that was your action. And it's just difficult terrain to get through the entangly bits.
Okay, so I'll come up to here and just start pulling out my scroll of cure wound.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
Jet.
As a bonus action, I would like to take one of my healing potions.
That's an action.
Is it?
Yep.
Even if it's just on my person, I thought it was
Yeah.
a bonus action.
No, Matt Mercer has a house rule that he made it a bonus action, and now everyone thinks it is. But no, it's an action to drink a potion.
Alright, then I will shoot at the lizard next to Mira.
The lizard next to Mira.
I mean,
Okay.
me and my group had that rule before Matt Mercer, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I have the.
Everybody credits him.
No, it's actually I think we might have had that rule too, but I took it away.
Some
has-
are efficient.
My
So-
group has no healers, so we have that
Weird.
rule.
It's
So.
like we have no healers too.
Blah! That lizard falls
I mean, I can
dead.
I'm not a healer, but I can. And Mira can heal, so you
Then
know that.
I will use my what's it called, movement to go back. a
Yeah,
little
it's like the
over.
demon had this entire plan so that we would have no healers, so it'd just be
Gotta move here real quick.
walking around after we take damage.
I had nothing to do with that. 10, 20, 25, 30. But Tora can take a swing at him as he moves over there.
I'm not very good at these.
It's always worth a try. And that will just catch him right on the flank as he tries to get past. Ow! You have sliced off his tail. It wiggles on the ground, dying.
Was that the big lizard?
No, that was this guy right here.
Okay. Did he move out of
No, he
No.
is going to bite you now.
Oh, good.
Actually, wait, his bite is... Oh, his bite is one more than this, so you can just add this number, but ignore all that damage and stuff. It just makes the rolling easier. So, a 6! A 6 to hit you is what he has rolled. Right, it is Falarion's turn.
Flareon moves. It's 5, 15, 25.
Okay, so if you go in there, you need to make a strength save to try to not get entangled.
What?
Because he's just
Is
moved
that
into
best?
the tangle.
No, it's only
No,
on cast.
just difficult terrain.
Oh wait, you don't... I thought it was when you moved into it on a turn. Let me double check
No,
that.
Only on cast does it do that. Other than that, it's just...
It's not. It's not an AoE entangle moonlight. That would be
Let's
too
see.
powerful.
Creature in the area, creature restrained. Oh yeah, you're right, look at that. It is just difficult terrain. I take all that back.
Yeah, it's just super annoying.
Yes.
Which one of those guys looks badly injured?
The one who just had his tail cut off, he looks pretty hurt.
You should just
Me?
try to hit instead of trying to kill somebody.
Attempt to hit this guy.
Yep.
I whisper a few sweet nothings to my fingertips before I fire my Eldritch Blast. Well,
Oh, there you go. It worked.
That's real good.
Didn't do a ton of damage.
0 necrotic. That's weird.
oh, because I didn't use I don't have Hex on him, so
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
He is nudged. And... Oh right, I took her out, so
You should talk to your patron and, you know...
she'll just go with Rodak.
work
That'll be
that
easier. Okay, giant lizard. Oh, you're dead. You don't get a turn. It's Willie's turn.
Alright, alright, since this gentleman decided to move up, I'm just gonna poke him in the eye. No, I'm not.
No, very close, but not quite. This guy, he is trying to... Yeah, he's going to stay up here. This is a pretty good place for him. He's going to... Ooh, he only has one javelin left. He's going to throw his last javelin down at Mira. Nope, he is a spider. Okay, fine. Javelin, 1d20
Nope,
plus
spider.
4. I keep thinking it's magically going to fix it, and it never does.
That hits.
So...
That's
1d6. Oh wait, no, that should be an 18. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, still hits you for 3 damage. I think it's a gentle little love tap with his javelin, but okay, and I'm going to make a note that he is out of javelins. And it will be Tora's turn. Because he's thrown them all at you.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to use my second wind.
I recommend it.
Okay, that seems like a good choice.
Let's move that to strength for now.
Anything else?
To just general groaning and screaming.
Oh, no,
Not
you,
really.
no, that's a bonus
Second
action.
one.
Oh, is it? I thought it was a full action.
No, second wind is really nice.
When it
Well,
works.
no,
Yeah.
not really.
Well, not for 3, but you feel slightly better.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on that. That's
Yeah.
great.
But you get to hit him in the face, so... Yeah, the giant lizard's the only one you can reach from here, so unless you want to move...
No. No, I'm content where I'm standing, and I will smack the giant lizard in the face and
Not
miss.
with a 10, no. Euros.
Well, I'm bleeding desperately, like,
Yes.
from all over the place, so...
Doing better than the guy whose tail you cut off.
That is true. I also need to go. I may pop back in a few minutes, but I need to get ready for work because I need to leave
Oh,
in a
right.
half hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
You want to
Yeah.
finish this fight next week, or...?
We can do that if everybody wants to stop. If people want to
Sure.
finish, we can finish. Okay, yeah, we can stop here. Maybe I can fix the tokens and you can actually have legit rolls.
I don't know. Fighting wolf spider dash lizard hybrids is kind of cool.
No, they're all cosplaying as Wolf Spider. We just crashed this adventure.
I thought that they were mutants, but we can go cosplay. That's cool too.
Let's see, there were... so far you've killed 1 extra giant... No, I'm not gonna give you the... I'll give you this fight next week, so the lizard you killed I'm not gonna count. So you will each get 191 XP.
Yes.
put that on for next week. And I will fix up the tokens and this map.
I have 555 XP.
Nice.
I have 511.
Nice.
Alright, well, see you guys next week.
Y'all
Okay.
have a lovely week, and I will see you next Monday.
Yep, see you next week.
Here's the not dying next week.
Yep.
That was funny because I was like, oh, they're not going to go after the kobolds. I don't need to finish the kobold cave this week. It'll be fine.